Good morning, gearheads. It's Sunday, and that means we delve deep into the mind and podcast habits of one Blind Mike Geary. Go to blindmike.net for all of Blind Mike's links to shows like Why Are You Laughing, with new episodes every week. On today's show, Brendan Schaub and the Kardashians are friends. Well, according to Brendan. Jeff Dye is a comedian. We check in with Doug Stanhope. And Matan destroys lives of people who probably deserve it. All that and maybe even some Joe Matarese's parenting skills on display. And now, here's your host, the man who held up the Dabbleverse with one hand while Carl was avoiding cigarette smoke and trannies all weekend in Vegas, Blind Mike Geary!
I don't know much about how the algorithm works. I don't know if you're supposed to start the show with trend.
I don't see a problem.
I just know I'm asking, I guess, if there are any. I don't know if that's the case, but
I'm guessing it could.
I assume not, right? But hey, that's the swing in the culture we talk about. A few months or a couple of years ago, that would have been bleeped, or we'd get decimated. We'd never be on the air. Now it's in the intro. You know,
that would be like a 2-year ban.
Yeah, wow. That's America, baby. We're always swinging back and forth. Yep. And get this out of the way. Thank you, Cardiff Electric, for sending your people over here at 12:45. Whenever you do it later.
Yeah, I want to thank him for going live 5 minutes ago.
Badgering me. Cardiff plays on this team on Monday nights. On Sunday, he stands outside the stadium hawking fake merch. No. But if you're interested in Hackamania talk, we don't have any plan today, so I would go check out Cardiff Electric. He is live right now, I assume, wrapping up Hackamania, talking about all the events there. I'm sure it was a lovely time.
That's right.
I heard Anthony bombed or something. Anthony Kumi did not do well. I've not watched the video yet. I figured we'd talk about it on Dabbleverse Live or something. But
that's not surprising to hear. I've seen that a couple times.
Well, it's surprising there. You'd think it'd be like an audience ready to see Kumi. Like that's his people, you know.
Was he reading Stuttering John's arrest record?
Well, that's very good. That takes a lot of talent, I think. I don't know if he could pull that off.
I think if anyone could do it, it would be him.
Yes, but no Dabble. I guess if you count Joe Matarese, I guess we've got a little Joe Matarese planned for you today. But
I don't count him as Dabbleverse.
How's the has Very Good Chow taken off on a rocket yet?
No, I think
contacting you.
I think technically since the last time we recorded, I have released an episode, but it was like the next day, so it's been out for a couple weeks. You want to see me make? You want to see me make a creme brulee? Oh my God! Go check out
Craig Brulee. I said you should have called it
Craig Brulee. Yeah, I just name every dish after.
And rigatoni.
I don't like this game.
Well, we'll run out of your name soon, and I guess our mind will have to drift to other topics.
Maybe.
Yeah, go check out Very Good Chow. Huh?
Yeah, very good show on YouTube and TikTok, I guess.
It's smart. It's where your people are.
Yeah, I don't know why that name hasn't been taken anywhere. Seems pretty generic.
Almost too obvious, I guess.
That's where I come in.
Yeah. Well, because I think those are the names of shows like when podcasts started, where some dope was like, wouldn't it be hilarious if we called it Very Good Show and then did a bad show, you know?
That was 2019.
But I don't think that ever translated to TikTok. I'm surprised you have the YouTube handle, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
it's surprising. The only place I don't have it is Twitter.
Well, that's what an innovator Craig is, gang. So go to verygoodshow.org, check him out, support him. Go to HackRideStudios.com, support the team there, HackRide and DJ Electra Fry. That's always hard at work helping this program. And blindmike.net. Was that a snicker I heard from you?
No.
Oh. Craig sort of denigrating what HackRide does, as usual.
You sound defensive. No, there was no snicker.
I check the audio tapes, folks. I don't know.
Run the tape.
And also blindmike.net, where we've got, We will be live tomorrow night, Monday night. Me and Cardiff, thick as thieves, two pals, never stepping on each other's toes.
He's not running counter programming right now at all.
No. You know what, though? I will say that it's good for the people to have options because some people do come here for, Stuttering John coverage. They've got options now. They can go watch Cardiff Electric. So I actually do, I don't mind that, Cardiff.
Yeah, he's running programming at the same time as us. Definitely going long, recapping an event.
Yeah. Yeah, he started at like 9:40 with the longest intro. I was like, let me check out what Cardiff's talking about. It's like a 45-minute intro, and then he starts the show reading super chats, going, no, we're going to try and be done before Mike. It's like a 2-hour intro, and then wouldn't you know it, right at 10, he starts getting into the meat.
That's very funny.
He's an agitator, that Cardiff Electric, but a good man deep down, I think. But yeah, blindmike.net is where you can support this program. Wouldn't that be nice if you supported this program? Why Are You Laughing as well? Mm-hmm. The Ari Shafir This Is Not Happening episode is up right now. We just did Mitch Hedberg, Mitch All Together, comedy album breakdown, and 200 episodes almost. I think next week is our 200th episode.
That's
Why Are You Laughing?
That snuck up on us there. It's
what
like
a run.
It's 3 years straight.
Well, it's 5 years.
No, I know, but like if we went one week without our breaks that we take sometimes.
Sure, yes. 3 years worth of podcasts, I guess.
That's what I mean.
More than that.
4
years.
4 years. I can't math right now.
I was gonna say I didn't take 2 years off.
4 years straight.
Yeah.
We took a year's worth of time off.
Well, anyways, blindmike.net. Whatever. I don't know. I'm lost. I had an intro plan. I had a whole rant plan because Casey Day told me the intro was going to be terrible, but it wasn't bad.
No, the language.
Shouting slurs was a little, but that's what Electra does. She just shouts all sort of vile language at you, and you just kind of deal with it.
Electra's the best. I still think the funniest thing was the Quincy drinking game where she brought hard alcohol.
It's a wild move.
It was awesome.
Electra's a good egg.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we are. Here we are at the beginning of the program. Let's dive into things, shall we?
Yeah, where would you like to start?
Let's start as we always do at a town council meeting. Let's start with a comedy legend doing an open mic at a town council meeting. This is why Doug Stanhope is one of the greatest ever. It's why he is a cult comedy legend and should be even more beloved than he is, because he's the greatest. So evidently there was one comedy club in Bisbee, Arizona, where Doug Stanhope lives. And the man who runs that club met shall we say, an untimely demise. I think Doug will explain it in his hearing here, or whatever you call this. but Doug goes to a town council meeting and explains to the good people of Bisbee, Arizona, why art is important. And this was just great. So I wanted to start the show with this. The great Doug Stanhope.
Doug Stanhope. Come on up. Well, a lot of you guys mentioned tension in the room, which I didn't know there was tension in the room because I'm not familiar with the topics, but I'm glad you're back in the hood. I deplore the Pledge of Allegiance. These are my producers of the podcast. They're Australians. And they're like, Pledge of Allegiance. Do I pledge allegiance to the flag? I don't know. It's very confusing. I'm here to bring a little bit of levity.
Do they pledge allegiance in town council meetings?
I've never attended one. There is a flag displayed.
That's very funny if they do that. Like, they're children.
He's like, hold on, we're all adults here. Everyone stand and put your hand on your heart.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
In my allotted time, as you probably heard in the scuttlebutt at work, that my estranged best friend of 35 years, the owner of Chuckleheads, did this crazy murder-suicide thing where he went and killed his, tried to kill his ex-wife, killed her father on her birthday. Chuckleheads. Oh, I'm sorry. Affordable housing is not as funny as this. But what it did, it left a...
How do you not love this guy?
He's unbelievable.
Chuckleheads. It's, by the way, the perfect fake name for a comedy club. Like, that's what you would say for like a horseshit comedy club. Like, oh, like, you know, Nate Bargatze's playing arenas and I'm playing Chuckleheads this weekend.
Yeah.
But evidently that was the real name. And this man, and this is what's great about Doug Stanhope. This is a horrible story. He tried to kill his ex-wife, killed his father-in-law, and Doug Stanhope walks in. And this is the first time we're hearing this information. It's not like we've had time to process it or anything. Doug Stanhope walks in and makes us laugh at this horrible tragedy.
Gaping hole in the comedy community. I know this is an artist community, but comedy is kind of like the retarded stepchild, excuse the R word, they're a special needs stepchild of the arts, where a lot of comics are now, there's a gaping hole left. The same gaping hole that was in Matt Becker's head when he took his own life in the comedy.
It's just, can you see the crowd there at all? I'm guessing it's like 140-year-olds.
No, it's the crowd is behind him.
Yeah.
What you see is the council, which is about 9 people, it looks like.
Yes. I'm guessing they're not a particularly fun bunch.
So the only thing I have seen before playing now is the very end when I was cutting it. And I'm like, wow, they're all laughing. I wonder what this is about.
That's what I mean. This is what's amazing about Doug Stanhope. He's shouting retard at a town council meeting. He's talking about suicide, murder-suicide, and he winds up winning them over. Let's see the end here.
World. And I tell every up-and-coming comic, hey, get as much stage time as you can, wherever you can get it. That's how you see comedy. And then I realized, oh, shoot. You get 3 minutes timed every Tuesday, every first and third Tuesday. We're turning this into an open mic until you change the rules. There is a comedy show called Kill Tony.
Shut up.
The biggest comedy thing, they sell out Madison Square Garden where a comic can just get his name pulled out of a hat. He has 1 minute. And they travel from Los Angeles to Austin to do this Kill Tony show. I implore every comedian on your way from Los Angeles to Austin to stop by every first and third Tuesday. Don't worry, Mr. Budge. They call you a lame duck, but I've never seen you smile more. I have 28 seconds. I've talked to them.
I like that he knows the politics of the town.
Mr. Budge.
They call you a lame duck. He knows the gossip about the candidates in this town of I forget. I think he says like 3,000 people in Bisbee, Arizona, or something.
Yeah,
like
it's very small.
And does Doug know when he does this that it's going to go viral? Like, I've seen other. By the way, when I was looking for this on YouTube, I found other video. Like, this is not the first one that comes up. He's been going to town council meetings. Like, he's done it before, which is just fascinating psychologically. But like, if he doesn't know that this is going to go viral, that makes the Kill Tony thing even more interesting. That he's just in a room, well, like I said, with a bunch of 70-year-olds going, hey, the Kill Tony is this big thing. There you only get 1 minute.
Next mayor at the farmer's market, she's all aboard with it. Yes, they sell out Madison Square Garden. Comics on your way from LA, Austin, Texas. Come by and do Kill Bisbee Council. If you can make them laugh, God love you. Let's have some fun with the council.
He walks away, and everyone's clapping at the table.
Is that the end of the clip?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
Cynthia Conroy.
That's my favorite part. All right, Doug, very good. Cynthia, what do you got?
Follow that.
Poor Cynthia Conroy has to follow Doug Stanhope. And I'm not even really sure what his point was, other than just letting them know his friend shot himself.
He just is saying we need more time now, so turn this into an open mic.
He is the man. When I saw that, I couldn't believe, but he is like living his life. When you talk about a person who is 100% authentic, I think Doug Stanhope defines that, where he really is living that life, like the life that a lot of guys might pretend to live. Like they want you to think like they're mysterious and offbeat. Like Doug really is that guy, and that's the beauty of it. I hug him every year at Skankfest. It's become a tradition, and I'm going to hug him tighter this year to let him know I really appreciate what he's doing.
Well, what goes through his head after that guy shoots himself and his father-in-law? And he's like, I need to go do stand-up at a town hall meeting.
He's like, well, that's at least 5 minutes that I've got.
I gotta, use it somewhere.
Well, yeah, rest in peace to Matt Becker. Did he say his name? The former owner of Chuckleheads. But Doug Stanhope, tip of the cap, my friend. Always a pleasure to hear what he's doing. I think the last time we checked in on Doug Stanhope, his house was getting fake raided.
Yes.
So he would know what it would be like.
Yes.
So it's good to see he's keeping busy out there.
He's allowing the SWAT team to use his house as training as long as he could film it.
Yeah, yes.
Which is
say again?
I said, which is unreal.
Yeah, it really is. All right, let's get into more of the meat of the week. Some bigger subjects that I've been waiting to talk about. One of these, shout out to whoever mentioned this to me, by the way. It might have been old friend Bueller. I can't remember, but whoever mentioned it to me, they said, Mike, check out this episode of Matan Evan. Because I saw Matan Evan had on a guy named Dean the Great, who I didn't know who that was. I was just like, what? I didn't even register to me to watch it until someone suggested I do so. And I think this is Matan's finest work. This is where Matan Evan is at his best. I think, sometimes Matan has guests on because people know the bit to a degree now. And I'm sure there's some people that go on with like an agenda to try and play along or try and outsmart him or whatever. And, sometimes it works better than others. I think when Matan is at his best is when he's interviewing someone that deserves to be fucked with. And that's what this Dean the Great guy seems to be. He's part of that Misfits boxing league. Is that Logan Paul or Jake Paul or one of them?
Oh! I've seen him on undercards for Jake Paul fights. Now that you're saying that,
yeah. So he's one of those guys, and he gained a lot of popularity when he went viral twice in a week, getting slapped by different men. I think one of them was like Rampage Jackson or someone in Rampage Jackson's crew or something. But he had two viral moments where he's just bothering people to the point of them slapping him in the face. Some people think this is staged because why would that happen twice? That you totally randomly by accident approach these streamers. So some people think it's a bit. Either way, I don't know a lot about Dean the Great.
I don't know if Rampage Jackson's like gonna allow someone to slap him.
Oh no, other way around.
Oh, Rampage Jackson slapped him.
Yeah, Dean the Great is the one getting slapped.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So it is definitely believable that this guy seems like a smackable guy if you hear him for a little while. But what always fails with Matan Evan, and David Lucas had a similar thing. If you go in there arrogant, like if you go in there like, I'm going to be cooler than this guy and everyone's going to see how cool I am, that's going to fail miserably. If you think you're going to call him lame and like call out the bit or whatever your plan is, it's not going to work because Matan Evan actually is like a very funny kid and his instincts, I think, are pretty good. And that's on display here with Dean the Great. So let's get into it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. For today's guest, we have Dean the Great. Welcome in. Can call me now, please. Sit in the middle. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, appreciate you.
For
man.
today's co-host, we have my manager, Vara Flooring. Welcome in, Vara Flooring. Please take a seat.
On your way, go ahead.
It doesn't seem like he wants to
Fuck.
do a show with you.
Motherfucker leaving?
I guess he's done.
Thumbs down. What the fuck I get a thumbs
He gave
down
you a
for?
thumbs down?
The fuck?
Okay, well,
Fuck you, nigga. The fuck?
in that case,
All right.
introducing today's co-host, we have Mike. Welcome in, Mike.
Fuck. You got Taliban? Fuck.
Just keep leaving.
Seems like he doesn't want to do a show with you either.
What's going on?
Does it smell like shit or something? Or does it have to do with
Motherfuckers
your
just
brain?
not fucking. I don't know. These motherfuckers look like they on the spectrum. They good? I think it's
Well, I don't think just because they don't want to interact with you necessarily, they have some defect in their brain. But maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe they do, but it's not related.
So Matan already has the idea, like, we're gonna fuck with this guy. It is tough. I'll give Dean the Great a little leeway here. Like, that's a tough environment to walk into if you're thinking, like, how do I play this? You know, how am I gonna win these guys? Like, because they already have in mind, like, we're gonna fuck with this guy, and the bit is gonna be no one wants to talk to him. So, like, how do you win that room back? That can be difficult to navigate. But spoiler alert: Dean the Great picks the wrong approach.
Yes, he does. This is fights.
Okay, yeah. So this is Matan basically asking about some of the stuff that Dean the Great got popularity from.
Okay, well, introduce yourself, please, to anybody who might not know you and all that one.
Yeah, Dean the Great here. Dig what I'm saying?
Hold the mic closer to yourself as well.
Yeah. Dean the Great here. You dig? Boxer, YouTuber, influencer, whatever you want to call me. Some may know me as niggas that beat niggas up. Some might know me as the one that got elbowed. You dig what I'm saying? But overall, don't get it twisted. You dig?
Would it be fair to call you a knockout artist?
Type, yep.
Because you're pretty profound in getting knocked out.
Yeah, don't get it twisted though. Them motherfuckers is 3 times my size, UFC fighters. But regardless of who it is,
Well, then why would you irritate them?
if I got a problem with you, I'm gonna press the issue.
Okay, well, then don't give an excuse after that they're 3 times your size.
Ain't no motherfucking excuse. I'm just saying, like,
Then what's the point of mentioning it? It's like when a fighter loses and then they say they injured
I ain't
their
take no L. It really,
I tell you, I like when, like, you get a little break in Matan where you don't hear the accent as thick. Then what's the point of mentioning it? Like, you can tell he's actually like, what are we doing here then, Dean?
This is one where you could tell like he does not like the guest going in.
Definitely, yeah.
real niggas take L's. Every fighter, every athlete.
This guy's got language as crass as Electra.
Oh my God, these two! Imagine those two together. Salty.
Everyone take L's in life, you dig? So it ain't shit. Don't try to emphasize the L. I
actually don't even think it was a loss at all.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, how does it feel to hold the world record for the quickest nap?
So he's fucking with this guy. But here's the problem: is like, if you're a guy that is famous for getting knocked out a couple of times or whatever, getting elbowed, getting slapped, whatever, it's hard to be like, I'm really cool and tough. You know what I mean? That's a tough personality to pull off. And if you go into an environment like Matan Evans' show, it's near impossible because he's just going to keep calling you out for it. Like the guys I feel bad for when they go on a show like this are when, like, they'll play along and, like, go along with Matan's bits. So he kind of has to ramp it up and fuck with them harder. And you can tell they're like, come on, don't take my wallet, man. Please, no. I'm drinking that water. Please put it back. You know what I mean? Those are the guys I feel bad for. But I love when he fucks with people that just kind of deserve it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they've had this rise to fame for being an idiot, but they don't really understand that. So
Well, if you're an agitator online and that's what you do and someone does it back, you kind of have to take it.
Exactly. Yeah, you should anyways. But a lot of people don't learn that lesson, which is why I like Matan out there doing God's work.
It's kind of like
evening the score.
Yeah, it's kind of like we've talked about, like, if someone started breaking down this show, we would just have to take it on the chin.
Oh my God, of course. Yeah, right. Yeah, you can't do this show and then be like, wait, someone's making fun of me. Me, Mike Geary? That's impossible.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah, right. You can't have that attitude. So if you're a guy that's going to get in people's faces and stuff like that, you can't and lose every time. It seems like you can't also be a tough guy when you go against 17-year-old phenom Matan Evan.
How long is he going to be 17 for?
He's got to be old. He's got to be in his 20s, right?
Definitely at this point.
Even so, if he's in his early 20s, let's say, pretty impressive. Like his comedic chops are pretty impressive.
He's definitely young for sure.
Yeah.
Is it true that if you get hit by a 300,000-pound train and survive, you will receive a platinum coin, which if melted, a pile of nothing will be rewarded to you, along with a box that isn't there filled with nothing?
What the fuck did you just say?
You want me to repeat
Now
it?
hold on. That is like Matan's being purposely confusing. He's asking some ridiculous question. I don't know if Dean the Great, I don't know if he has a team. I don't know if anyone did any research into what this show was.
Definitely.
The fear of it, like Zach Galifianakis' Between Two Ferns was very funny. There's no one that ever walked in there that didn't understand what they were walking into. You know what I mean? Obama wasn't just like, I'm going to be a dick to this guy. It was like a calculated thing. Like, you know what the bit is.
Yeah. I think the difference is Between Two Ferns, everyone's in on it, whereas this guy's not in on it.
That's what I mean. Like, Between Two Ferns, everyone's in on it. This, I think there's some people that just don't look into it, and they're like, oh, this show gets, X 100,000 views every episode. Yeah. I guess I'll do it. And so that's what he did. And then when you have this kid with the weird accent fucking with you, you're like, oh, I'm gonna be funnier than him, which some people can do, but not Dean the Great.
Is it true that if you get hit by a 300,000-pound train and survive, you will receive a platinum coin, which if melted, a pile of nothing will be rewarded to you, along with a box that isn't there filled with nothing?
What the fuck you asking me, bro?
If you don't understand it, you're not high level.
I don't fucking understand that low level ass stupid ass question you just asked me. I don't know.
If you're high, well, what do you mean low level? Why would you not understand it if it's low
I
level?
don't know what the fuck that is. What are we talking about, bro?
You're too smart to understand silly concepts.
You talking about a treasure missing it? I mean, gold coin getting hit by a 300,000 truck. This would sound like Subway Surfers.
I never even mentioned the word gold.
Okay, well,
platinum coin.
Platinum coin.
If melted, you will be rewarded with nothing. And a box that isn't there filled with nothing.
I don't know, bro.
Would you like that box?
You started making me mad, though.
That's making you upset?
No, you just asked some dumbass questions. You came out here trolling. I came out here to ask for a motherfucking interview. So get to ask me some real questions, or I'm out.
You want me to ask questions about you and your stream and stuff?
Just ask me some shit that I understand. Like, I don't know what the fuck.
All right, I'll go
Subway Surfer ass question that was. Just ask me some questions, some intelligent, high level. Something. Just ask me something besides that. I don't even know what the fuck that even means, bro.
How many thoughts go into that tiny, feeble brain of yours? Listen, you understood that one, though, didn't you? I don't know what you want me to ask you.
How many thoughts went through my brain? How much went through my what? My tiny what?
Are you intoxicated?
I'm good. I'm good.
So I think like David Lucas, I think went in there trying to be funny but doing the same act. But I do think like David Lucas was maybe a little more in on it when he was like, where's my $10,000? But he was like being a tough guy, which doesn't really work. You almost have to let Matan be the alpha. And that's how you win on this show. If you go in like Dean the Great here, who has no idea what it seems, he has no idea what bit is happening. If he's in on it, he's playing it terribly. But to go in and be like, why are you asking me these low-level questions?
Is he playing it terribly or perfectly?
I mean, I don't think anyone's becoming a Dean the Great fan after this, but
a lot of people are probably going to watch this.
True. I know who he is now. I didn't know who he was a week ago. So maybe
judging by the way he reacted to that last question, I'm going to say he was not in on it.
Correct.
David Lucas was in on it, but he was probably like, oh, I can outshine Matan.
Yeah, I think David Lucas was like, I'll be the man here. I'll call him out. And everyone was like, ugh, what are you doing?
Gross.
Yeah.
Ask me some good shit.
You don't like these questions so far?
No, it's dumb as fuck.
Okay, this is a just to preface this is an understandable question, easy to understand, but it's a big thing.
Then fucking go.
It's a big thinker.
You have the moral high ground against a racist if you punch them in the face, but you didn't know they were a racist.
So I'll say this for Matan. It actually is a question.
They bleeping the word racist out?
Rapist.
Oh.
Yeah, which I guess now I'm just as bad as Electra saying all these nasty words. but yeah, he said if you punch a rapist and you don't know they're, do you have the moral high ground? It's a philosophical question of sorts, a question about morality. And listen to how this guy, he's like, oh, I'm gonna out dickhead Matan, and it does not work.
I agree with that, but that's not the question.
Well, that's my
answer. You go
answer.
up to a guy for no reason and you punch him in the face.
And I found out he's a
Yes.
I'm going back and punching him again. And
that's not the question either. Are you right initially for punching him?
100%.
But you had no idea he was a
should have shot him. That's what I'm gonna think.
But you didn't know that when you punched him.
Right, but if I find out he a
I'm not asking what you would do when you find out, because then the answer becomes obvious.
Uh-huh.
I know that tiny feeble brain of yours. Hypothetical.
Okay.
Seriously.
Uh-huh. What are you saying? If what I regret?
I'm not asking if you regret
what the fuck
I'm
are you
asking if you'd have the moral high ground.
It's so strange to me, and maybe just because I enjoy this type of stuff, like I'll watch Matan and stuff like that. To me, it seems so strange to get mad at this. You know what I mean? To not just go, interesting. Let me think about that. You know what I mean? Like play along with his questions a little bit. Why would you use this approach? I mean, it's like a brand thing. He wants to seem cool. And he thinks calling this guy out for these dumbass questions, as he calls them, is going to make him look cool, not realizing that everyone's in on the joke except for him.
How does does he not have a team or a publicist with him?
So I was thinking about that when I said something like, oh, no one let him in on this. And then I thought to myself, he's just a guy that went viral for some dumb shit. I'm sure he does have people around him now, but probably not the best team. You know what I mean? Put it this way, Logan Paul would probably be aware of who Matan is. I don't know if that falls down to Dean the Great or not.
Logan Paul would be great on this.
Right, those guys have some level of charisma and they understand bits and stuff like that.
Logan Paul just went on with Theo and said he would do blackface to get back at Drewski for what he did.
Right.
To Kurt.
Whereas this is just a guy, it's the lowest form of, comedy or entertainment or whatever you want to call it, where it's like just getting someone's face until they slap you.
Yeah. Which is, what's that Jack Doherty guy? I hate him. He does the same shit.
I don't know him. Remind me, you said the name Doherty when we're done with this segment. I have a story I can't believe I haven't told yet, but we'll get there after this.
Okay.
Yes, the moral high ground.
What does that mean?
Bruh, it's common sense what the fuck it means. Come on, bruh.
So can you explain it to me? I have no idea what
the moral high ground. You fucking asking me the question. You don't know what the fuck you're asking.
Okay, let's say there's a viewer who doesn't know what it means. Can you
moral high ground. Morals are your... It's common sense to fucking know what the fuck that means. Moral high ground.
I'm a people person, damn it. I'm good with people. It's just unraveling. And that's great. That's a great moment for Matan when he's like, explain what moral high ground is. And then the guy kind of can't.
he knew. It's like knowing no one would know the other lady's name.
Right.
Please.
Do you have the moral high ground to not hit an old lady? Like, do you have the decency and the integrity to not enough integrity and manhood to know it's not right to hit an old lady?
That's a very bad way at explaining it, but you have proven to me that you understand the general concept of what moral high ground means. Okay. So following from there, you didn't know the guy was a racist. Mm-hmm. You punched him without knowing it.
Yeah.
I'm not asking after if you regret it. Mm-hmm. I'm asking if when you punched him, you had the moral high ground.
Yeah, fuck him. He must have did something to me for me to punch him.
No, I already prefaced this by saying you did it for no reason.
I don't give a fuck. Well, that's my answer. You said so die. He needs to die.
But you didn't know that.
Okay, but now that you just told me that he's a rapist though. So
okay, but you punched him before you knew that.
Okay, but I punched him, so he must have just.
It's so funny to get mad at the actual because he's dragged this out long enough that I'm like, that's not the question. You know what I mean? Like, no one's supposed to answer Matan seriously until it's dragged out to this level where you're like, that's not what he's asking, you fucking idiot.
No, you did it for no reason. It's because you were intoxicated.
And I just punched. I wouldn't punch someone just for no reason.
Do you understand what a hypothetical is? Do you know what that word
Yes,
means?
I know what the fuck that means.
You know how to interact with one?
Yes, but do you not understand, bro? Do you understand what the question you just asked me? Would I have the
understand.
moral high ground after punching a random person, and then later finding out he's a fuck him? Ain't that what you asked me?
Why would you have the moral high ground?
I like frustrated Matan. That's pretty rare that you get him to be like, oh man, what do I do after this? How do I?
This is the first time I've seen an interview with him where I'm like, I don't think he actually likes the guest.
Right, like he's actually getting frustrated because of how this guy's responding.
Next we have a new record.
Oh, okay. This is this is very funny.
The point of instigating people to slap you if you're not even going to sue them after? Is your goal to look like a small, insolent fool?
I wasn't. What the fuck? Actually again. What's the point of slapping?
I think you broke the record today for my dumbest guess. This is actually unbelievable. I didn't.
You definitely broke the record for the dumbest interviewer.
Nice.
Oh, high level.
Got him. Way to go, Dean. I know you are, but what am I? Matan? I'm rubber and you're glue.
It'd be great if Matan just slapped him like all his videos.
And then you stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself, Matan. Stop hitting yourself.
High concept shit.
That's me dumb, stupid ass, goofy shit.
Okay, repeat one of the things I asked you and explain it why it's
I don't even know how to fucking repeat what the fuck you asked me. You asked me about a raccoon falling in the sky. Would I eat fungus out of a tree?
No, that was your idea.
Would I take the trash can and eat the
fungus?
The fungus out of the trash can and put it on someone's ass and eat it? I don't know what this type of questions that you asked.
Remember why I mentioned eating fungus?
There's something very subtle. It felt like an episode of The Office or something. Just like this little nuance in there. That's the funniest part of the line, where he's regurgitating these ridiculous questions Matan asks him, and Matan corrects him and goes, "The fungus." Don't disparage the question.
No, I don't remember.
Okay, so you're a fool. You're
a fucking fool.
Okay, I'll repeat the question.
Right.
What's the point of instigating? Do you know what that word means?
Yes.
What's the point of instigating people to slap you if you're not even going to sue them after? Is your goal to look like a small, insolent fool?
How the fuck am I sue someone for slapping me?
Because it's assault?
I'm not no bitch. So, like, if someone slap me, I'm gonna get my lick back.
So then why are you trying to get people to slap you if you don't even stand?
I'm not getting nobody to slap me. Nobody slap me. You not slap me. Nobody in this bitch finna slap me. Nobody in real life finna slap me. So
I don't know if I've ever slapped a random person.
That was kind of a weird admission that it was fake. Nobody in real life slapped me. I didn't even catch that the first time.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, Rampage Jackson would kill this guy.
Yeah, I don't know enough about this guy, how he even got in these situations to diagnose if it's fake, but I just know that's a popular theory.
Well, you know, when you get into street fights, MMA guys will always dominate boxers. I mean, boxers have the, like, you know, you get tagged by one, but betting money would be on the MMA guy.
Well, that's the thing with this Misfits League is, like, I don't know if this guy is either. Like, is he a good boxer? I have no idea. Or is he boxing other YouTubers, you know?
He's fighting fucking, I don't know, who's Mr. Beast next time.
PewDiePie.
You want to find out?
You
what
get slapped by people.
I don't get slapped by niggas. You know what I'm saying? I got slapped.
You got fucking
under a small circumstance. I got slapped by a nigga, but that was 400
went
pounds.
to sleep.
You dig what I'm saying?
400 pounds.
Dreams.
Ain't nobody go to sleep, bitch. I got back the fuck up and put belt on him. You ain't gonna slap me.
Why would I slap you?
Exactly. So what we talking about?
Again, going in there as the tough guy, like, who is that for? I guess maybe his audience. Maybe his audience will be like, "You got him, Dean. This little bitch. He wouldn't slap you." But, like, if you know anything about Matan's show, you would know how horribly this is coming off.
No kidding. Let's continue.
Usually the black people who are Muslim, I don't know if their IQ are higher than the blacks who are not Muslim, but they usually have a more profound thought process. Like, they're able to decipher things, ideas, and explain them better.
So
you are at the lowest level. You don't even understand what words mean.
What a setup. Just to denigrate a race of people. Just to be like, you are less than that, what I'm describing.
You know, black Muslims, you're below them. It's just a wild thing to say on a satire show or not.
Right.
Had an interview, so
That's what exactly what I mean.
Maybe if you get better at that, maybe we'd see more eye to eye.
But we wouldn't see eye to eye because you're about 5 inches shorter than me. Those two things are completely unrelated.
That was good. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got no comeback for that.
That's kind of how you know he's dumb. Of all the things he's said, like calling him short, he's like, all right, that one, that's good. Like, just the most basic joke Matan's made the whole time.
It was basic, but the eye to eye comment and that quick response was funny.
And it's how, like, if you're this guy, you should be like, this kid is just quicker than me. I got to stop calling him an idiot. You know, like at some point you have to realize that
he's not punch drunk like I am.
Right.
Well, more short jokes.
Okay, good.
Are you afraid that an eagle may pick you up and take you away?
Yeah. I'm not definitely.
His matter of fact delivery is very good. I think Matan. I do think Matan is very fun. There's some stuff that I think is just like dumb and feels forced, but like he's a very funny kid. He's incredibly talented.
Yeah.
I'm not that fucking small, motherfucker.
You're pretty tiny.
How fucking tall are you?
Probably like 5'8", 5'9".
Okay, let's stand up.
This is how you know a short guy, by the way.
He is towering over him.
But also, like, I'm 5'11". If you question that, I'd go, yeah, no, fine. I'm not then. I don't give a shit. Like,
Yeah,
you know a guy insecure about his height where he's like, let's stand up.
I hope Matan's actually like 6'2". And he just
5'8", 5'9".
Yeah.
That would be genius.
Yes. I'm gonna look that up actually while the rest of this clip's playing.
Maybe 4 or 5 inches.
Come on, bro.
Are you trying to insinuate you're as tall as me?
I'm trying to insinuate that you was a bitch, and we're not that much height difference.
An eagle may want to eat you because they're hungry and you're small enough to grab and take in the sky.
Well, let's try it. Let an eagle try and fuck around and find out. Because if the eagle is eat or be eaten, so if the eagle try to eat me, I'm gonna eat it.
He is 5'8", so this dude is short as fuck.
And he's also, that's how you know a humorless guy. You're threatening eagles now. Well, an eagle better fuck around and find out then.
Bald eagle would whoop this guy's ass.
Who are you tough talking, Dean?
You dig what I'm saying? So
You're actually so stereotypically stupid that you're threatening an eagle to fuck around and find out.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot he said that.
you just ask me a fucking question, I'm answering it, right? Ain't that a part of a fucking interview? Dumbass. If you ask me a question, I'm gonna answer it. Now I'm a dumbass for answering the question that you asked me.
It's the answer you gave. Just because you give an answer to a question and you're supposed to answer questions doesn't mean all answers are the same.
No, give me a better question to ask.
To axe? That's not a word. Actually, it is a word, but that's not what. Why would you axe?
Give me a better question to interpretly.
Okay.
Interpretly. And now he's got this Dean stumbling and muttering and just sounding like a real idiot.
An eagle would whoop this dude's ass for real.
Well, hey, you better fuck around and find out.
And to be fair, it would whoop my ass too.
Well, hey.
Next we have IQ, so this will be fun.
I wonder what Matan thinks it is.
Why do you think God punished you with the same size brain as a small decomposing bird?
You know what it reminds me a lot of? The way he's phrasing these questions, Kevin the Caller.
Oh, yes.
not like the way he's asking them where it's like, why do you think that God punished you so that you have to answer it in the affirmative?
Yeah.
Take a second to think on that.
I don't understand what the fuck you mean. Answer that dumbass, stupid ass question again. I feel like you asking me just asking
You
me.
like proved my point.
You asking me these you asking me these questions is like belittling my intelligence and my aura. So
Your aura?
Ask me another dumbass question.
You think you're a smart guy?
Walking out.
Are you under the impression you're smart? I'm not asking that insultingly or rhetorically. I'm actually asking genuinely. Are you under the impression you have like a high IQ, a high understanding of things?
Yes, but the questions you're asking me are fucking stupid. So,
which is funny because he is right.
What do you mean?
He is asking him stupid questions.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. But as Matan himself said, like, does that mean you're too smart to go along with silly concepts. You know what I mean? Like, just because you're smart doesn't mean you have to get indignant about a silly situation.
Lock the fuck in. I'm walking the fuck out.
No, we've only been filming for like 25 minutes.
That's cool.
I know you're probably doing a bit because I know you try to do like bits where you fight people and stuff.
No, I don't do no bits.
I know some of them are probably fake.
No.
What I'm saying, like I don't do that, and we're also
That is so funny coming from him.
It's great.
It's the best.
It really is great. Well, I know you're probably doing a bit while he's doing a bit, but also calling him out for the thing that people wonder about this guy.
Well, the thing is, too, is he's calling him out for doing a bit. He's always doing a bit, but he's putting himself in this position where he'll be like, "Oh, you're just gonna accuse me of the same thing."
This is what I mean. Like the episodes of Matan's show I like the most are when he almost has to break character to be like, "Are you fucking serious, man? Like, what are you doing?"
Don't do no fake shit. We not streaming. So, I mean, you know, what the fuck is this?
This guy's the best. For anyone just listening, a guy is coming to sit down and just hold up a sock puppet.
Oh yes. Yeah, I forgot about this.
This is the motherfucker that don't blink.
who is that?
Hey, aren't you that guy who got slapped in the face like a bitch?
No, that was a nigga with the braids.
Hey, aren't you that guy who got slapped in the face like a bitch?
Imagine being mad at this.
Y'all weird, bro.
That had nothing to do with.
He's definitely trying to get him to slap a sock puppet.
Did you hear Matan? He goes, "That had nothing to do with me." But could you imagine? There's a guy, an autistic kid with a sock puppet. Oh, hey, bitch! And you're to keep up this tough guy act, like, y'all motherfuckers ain't shit. Like you have to pretend to be tough to a sock puppet.
Well, this next clip could go anywhere. It's called Black People.
Oh no, Matan, keep it in bounds. Don't go like Electra. Keep it in bounds here.
Yeah, bring me some bread for this retarded ass interview. I need some.
Are you sure you ever met somebody as smart as me?
You're definitely, I say top 3 dumbest niggas I've ever met.
But I'm not black, so that's impossible.
What?
Nor do I act like one of those you know who.
You know, I only know them niggas, huh?
You know who?
Unbelievable.
Do I act like them?
I'll give you a nigga pass.
Even if a black person giving the N-word pass actually meant something, and that would make it so I didn't receive backlash for saying it in the future, I feel like they would remove you from that because you're too stupid to give it to people accordingly.
That's kind of a beautiful moment of equality.
Yeah.
When Matan is saying, "You're too stupid to allow me to say the N-word."
It's funny. There's just a kid sitting in the corner with a sock puppet just staring at him now.
And
I'm not degrading you.
and all
I'm
this
just
shit.
giving you the truth. Truth is power. That's probably something a black person would say. They have those funny catchphrases they yell on the subway.
What the fuck is going on, bro?
Would it be fair to say that you have a Napoleon complex, but because you're too stupid, you don't understand what complex means?
He has more of an answer to that question in a moment. But I like that Matan says catchphrases. The catchphrases they have in the subway.
It's very funny.
Each other or you?
Just
or can
in
we
general.
fight?
Can y'all fight in general? Can
Oh,
y'all
sorry, go back a
fight?
little bit. I forgot. I thought it was another clip that he answers that. Let me hear his response.
What the fuck is going on, bro?
Would it be fair to say that you have a Napoleon complex, but because you're too stupid, you don't understand what complex means?
Can y'all fight?
Each other or you?
Just
or can
in
we
general.
fight?
Can y'all fight in general? Can y'all motherfuckers fight?
That's a fake sock puppy. That's not even a real thing.
Imagine, again, you're saying it to a sock puppet, but also a character. The guy says, "Do you have a Napoleon complex?" And you're so dumb that your response is, "I bet you guys can't even fight."
Which is proving his point.
kind of seems like you might have a little bit of a. Maybe you don't know what complex means,
or Napoleon complex at least.
Well, he'll expose that.
Probably about average. I'm not a great fighter.
Right. Got you. Yeah, I see that. I can see that. Because definitely talking like that, definitely there's a lot of repercussions to that. You dig what I'm saying? And if y'all can't fight, if you can't protect yourself, that exiles you from even being a man.
Wow.
So it's just this vaguely not vaguely threatening, like legitimately threatening them. Like, oh, you guys are clowning me. I guess I'll have to fight you. It's like, well, you're on a comedy show. The guy's
I actually don't think that's what he's saying. I think he was being like, dude, if you talk to people like that, you're gonna get hit.
Well, that's what I mean. But I mean, I guess vaguely threatening is because he's not going to hit them necessarily, but he's saying they deserve to be. And you're saying that to a guy doing a probably fake accent and a guy with a sock on his hand.
He calls mom. Matan calls his mom after the show. He's like, hey, mom, how's it going?
I do wonder. Yeah, I wonder how much, because I've heard people say the accent is real. If you watch his old videos from when he's 14, he has the accent.
What is that accent?
I don't know. It's from Los Angeles, I think he says.
Next clip is Napoleon complex.
Yeah, so we're going to find out. Matan says, do you not know what the word complex means? We're going to learn that's not where the struggles even begin.
So, anyways, back to what I asked you about that Napoleon complex.
That's another stupid ass question.
That one was great. That was maybe my best one so far.
No, that was probably the worst one.
Do you get it? I'm going to reread it to you. I don't want to move.
Nah, don't reread it. You're going to give me a headache.
Would it be fair to say that you have a Napoleon complex, but because you're too stupid, you don't know what complex means?
I don't have no fucking Napoleon complex.
What's a
I don't
Napoleon?
even know what the fucking Napoleon is. What is a Napoleon?
I thought you didn't know what complex was. You don't know.
Oh, it's not. We're not hung up on complex.
And then you're like, oh, this guy actually is. I thought Matan was just doing a thing. Like, he's actually an idiot, this guy.
What a Napoleon is.
All right, bro.
I thought Napoleon was just too self-explanatory. Like, obviously, that's a guy.
Explain what it is then. If you it's self-explanatory.
Okay. Napoleon complex is named after that guy, Napoleon, who wanted to be really strong and powerful and show people he was because he was a little like you. So he wanted to, he made him a little crazy and made him
a little bitch.
Make him want to feel big.
I like what Craig assumes bleeps are every time.
I feel like they've said bitch on the show already.
Say the N-word.
I feel like they've said.
Oh, I might have said midget, to be fair. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I ain't that fucking small, and I'm the same size as your bitch. If you get a bitch, laying down.
Yeah, you said midget.
I don't think that's something you should say to sound cool, that you're the same size as a bitch.
Okay.
He's kind of like, you got me. Shit.
Damn. All right. Next we got. I can get to it. Conclusion.
Oh, good. So this is where we start wrapping things up here, and this is what I think, like Jerry Springer gives his final thoughts. I think Matan kind of does that here. What did we learn about Dean the Great today?
We got something coming.
Before we started filming this, I was suspicious to whether or not you faked, like, getting into fights and getting slapped, and I still don't know the answer to that. It very well could be fake.
Do I look like a nigga that would fake getting slapped and elbowed?
Yeah, probably. However, now I'm really just uncertain if you're playing a character that's incredibly dumb to a point that I've never seen before in my entire life.
That's what Matan. I really think, based on like the tone of some of his questions, I do think he came in and was going to do the usual Matan bit, and then was kind of like, "Is this guy fucking serious? Like, is he this dumb?
This guy sucks."
He does seem to suck.
But this is the last clip here.
Yeah, so this is how the interview ends.
Well, Long Neck is the next guest. He's coming in about 2.5 minutes.
Long Neck?
Yes. Do you know Long Neck?
The motherfucker with the long neck. Flamingo neck.
I feel like that's kind of in the name. I don't know if that would really show that you know him, but that's also the best way to describe him. So could go either way.
Don't you like how I got slapped in the face? Like a bitch.
That looked like Long Neck.
That sock puppet, he's not real for the 100th time.
Are you Long Neck?
Okay, well, thanks for coming in. We have to film with Long Neck now.
No, fuck that. Fuck Long Neck.
Hopefully you're able to find your way home.
It's very rare that Matan is to be the one to be like, All right, well, I think we're done here. What do you say? Hit the bricks.
He got himself mad.
He's like, I guess I can't get this guy to walk out. He's too dumb to get angry at what we're doing. So, yeah, Matan's great. So I really enjoyed that. And like I said, when people go in there kind of in on the bit and play along, it can be funny. But those, I think, are the best episodes when there's someone who somehow just completely doesn't get what's happening. Even if you don't do your research before, which happens. Maybe you show up to a podcast and you're like, oh, I didn't realize this was a guy doing a character. I'd never heard of this before. But like Matan makes it pretty apparent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His co-hosts got up and walked out. I think something's going on there. And to just never adapt to it is pretty incredible. So shout out to Matan.
When I'm looking at, he's 5'4", just for the record.
With the same height. That's very funny. It's
All
tough being a short guy. I do understand that.
You're not short.
Oh, no, I'm saying short men have had like it's acceptable now. Like girls put in their dating profiles like, under 6 foot need not apply.
Yeah.
So like if you're 5'4", imagine how you're just commonly spat upon. Just like no one respects you.
All right, let's get some super chats here. Colostomy Stephen Craig, $4.99. Craig Stallnacht.
Okay.
Oh, Craig Stallnacht, Kitchen of the Long Knives. He's making German jokes.
Okay.
At a theater near me, $1.99. Have you met Justin's baby?
Not yet, but congratulations. I should have said that at the top of the show. Congratulations to Justin Trudell. I think Craig knew before I did.
Is that right?
Well, didn't you say he was texting you Creed lyrics?
It's very funny.
I think that was the day the baby was born.
Yeah, it was great.
And amendment to my tweet. I think they might be a day apart. The Warthog and Baby Trudell.
That would have been something for them to have forever.
Baby Trudell should just be the name.
Yeah,
just forever. Baby Trudell is what it's called.
Middle name Trudell. Last name Trudell.
Yes.
Baby Trudell. Colostomy Stephen Craig, $1.99. Craig Fu Young, kids.
Oh, I just remembered.
I didn't forget to remind you.
Named Doherty.
Yeah, I did not forget. We have two more.
Do you remember a couple months ago, we played the clips of an episode of Kill Tony where a guy was stalking Kim Congdon, basically?
Yep.
I cursory research suggested this is real. That guy, Ryan Doherty, messaged me on Instagram.
Stop.
And said, hey, man, I saw your coverage of me. I thought it was very funny. Like, this stuff has been pretty crazy. And I was like, oh, shit. Well, yeah, I said, I hope you're taking it all in stride or something like that. And he said, yeah, no, it's been fun. Too bad I didn't get the girl, though. And I was like, I don't know if I want to interact with this person anymore.
Well, time for me to go.
But yeah, I believe it looked like his real account. He listened to that segment and said 2 thumbs up.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's very strange.
So hats off to him. He was probably just joking. He seems like a good guy.
Yeah, he might be a good guy. I still think you should stay away from Kim.
Seems totally regular.
Yeah. Dawn Fried Chicken, $4.99. Craig, why did you hide all the Easter eggs in the bedroom, in the bathroom, and your bedroom this year?
Why the bathroom? I wonder. Oh, the shower. I get it.
So what is it?
It takes us normal folk a second to realize your tactics.
And lastly, we got Box Eating Dad, $1.99. This guy's just daydreaming about driving a Hellcat.
All right. Shall we move on?
Yes.
What next? What next in my bag of tricks? Should we talk about Jeff Dye for a moment?
Yes.
All right. Jeff Dye was on my pal Germ, a great contributor to the program, often alerts me to different podcasts I should check out throughout the week, and I appreciate his efforts. Because I probably wouldn't have watched Jeff Dye on Sage Steele's podcast.
Doesn't seem appetizing, no.
It's not my weekly rotation.
Yep.
But what I wanted to do is I listened to Jeff Dye on this podcast with Sage Steele. And my question about Jeff Dye has always been, is he phony? Because it's a little unfair of me. I always use him as the example of what people call like a right-wing grifter. I don't know if grifter is the right term exactly. I think that gets overused, but whatever. You understand what I'm saying when I say that. Where, you know, once we started to unshackle ourselves from the strictures of cancel culture and all that shit, and people embraced a lot of things like, Kill Tony, and Shane Gillis came back, and Joe Rogan's popularity grew and all that stuff. It kind of became popular. People said, oh, well, if I tell, the woke left to go fuck themselves, there's an audience that'll surround me. You know what I mean? Like there's an audience that no matter what will be like, oh, this guy gets it, even if I don't really feel that way necessarily.
It's kind of a civil war going on in that side of things right now.
Say again?
There's kind of a civil war going on that side of things.
Oh my God, it's crazy. I thought about talking about it, but it's too much.
Like,
Alex Jones is turning on Trump. Tucker's turning on. It's madness over there.
Yeah.
But one guy that has become like kind of the poster boy for a phony version of that is Jeff Dye. And I use him as an example, I think unfairly, because I don't really know what Jeff Dye's deal is. I don't know where he comes from. So Jeff Dye talks about a lot about his origins, where he came from, what his beliefs are on this Sage Steele podcast. And I thought this would be a good barometer for who Jeff Dye is and why people think he's so phony. So that's what we're diagnosing here today. Let's hear him on with the lovely Sage Steele.
Yeah, this is the Louis bit.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess we're starting with something where maybe this is why people think he's phony. Tell me if this sounds familiar to you at all.
From St. Louis a couple of hours ago, basically. So if he falls asleep during the show, forgive him. We're not going to.
Where are my arms tired?
I won't do that. I am like annoyingly optimistic about like things like flights. Anything that people normally would moan about, I'm like, I've psyoped myself into being like, what's the problem? Like an airplane, like think about that. Everyone complains about flights. You're sitting in a chair.
Oh no.
And you can sleep if you want. You can.
He almost said a chair in the sky.
Yes.
He almost said it.
He almost said it.
To his credit, I think he caught himself. I think maybe he realized what he was doing.
I don't know, but that's why I said, oh no, but he didn't say it.
Yeah, go back. Let's hear that again.
And to being like, what's the problem? Like an airplane, like think about that. Everyone complains about flights. You're sitting in a chair. And you can sleep if you want.
Sage, it's like I always say, shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker. Well, I mean, there's some other words.
There's a difference between black people and
We all know them. There's two kinds of black people. We all know what they are.
Some girl will bring you like a drink and snacks. Like, what's really that bad about flying? It's like if you're an old man, you just sit in a chair all day. That's what flying is. So it's like I always try to go like, what am I complaining about? I'm on 1 hour of sleep, but I was like, I'll just sleep on that airplane when I get.
It's a small world, but painting it would be sort of a headache. Is all I'm saying. I don't. It's not a. Don't worry about it.
Did I ever tell you about the time I robbed a train with the Chinese mafia?
Well, we don't have time to get into it right now, but it's something.
I still just watch Instagrams of dogs and kids and laugh. And so I'm like, this is great. What am I complaining about?
And he landed and went to church.
Yeah, it was great.
That is. Well, that's the next phase of is Jeff Dye phony? This idea that he's like a church-going boy, like he's found God or something, and he's going to talk about that, and that also feels a little phony to me. It's I get why people smell something on this guy.
I don't mind people going to church at all.
Yeah.
Go for it. But to have to make a point to be like, before I came to this interview, I had to go to church.
Exactly. Yes. Go to church. That's awesome. Great. I think there's been too much shitting on religion. I think the idea of religion can be very good. It's just unfortunately organized religion became something else. But the idea of it is great. Go to church. That's awesome. to slip in, I landed, and of course, Sage, I made my way to church.
I went right to church.
I did some praying on it, as as I do every Sunday.
I would have to assume even the most right wing, Alex Jones or Tucker or someone would be like, why?
Right? It just feels too clean that he slipped that in. Like, of course, I landed and I went to church. So yeah, there does seem to be some phoniness on this guy, especially when you see him in other contexts.
It's like, I also don't want to poke holes in your story about the plane, but if you really needed to go to church that bad, you could have watched it on YouTube.
Sure. But so I happened to come across, I don't know why we didn't cover this at the time. Because I remember it, but maybe I just didn't care about it for whatever reason. But when Jeff Dye was on Howie Mandel's podcast, I think we talked about it because he brought up Mark Maron. But I don't know why I didn't cover this angle more. He was such a dickhead to Howie Mandel's daughter. It's unbelievable. I watched the clip for the first time in a while. When this came up, it got into my algorithm. And I watched that clip, and he's such an asshole to Howie Mandel's daughter, just for no reason. Just because, like, he's not going to be a dick to Howie, I guess. I don't know. It was weird. It just kind of came out of nowhere. So, like, some of the way he acts some of the time does make you feel like, well, hey, I'm a good church-going man, and I give people the benefit of the doubt. And, I'm an open-minded guy. It doesn't feel that true. But let's continue.
I don't like this.
I actually...
I don't know. Using church like that is very strange to me.
Well, I mean, that's not the last time. So let's hear it. We'll get into it.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to go to lunch, but I had to stop in church first.
It's a big part. Like, Stage has to go a couple times, like, in your church background, how does that affect your comment? Because he just keeps bringing it up. So she's like, I guess I got to ask about it.
Did he go before him? Like, hey, set me up with church questions.
It seemed like it, yeah.
I think, was that an intentional thing, a yes to go on Gutfeld? Because once you do that, especially on that network, on Fox News, I mean, you're kind of pigeonholed. And I feel like you kind of stopped caring about that a while ago, but that is a different thing to be on Fox News consistently.
Only me somehow. These comedians who all troll me for being on Fox, Jim Norton goes on there.
True.
Jim Florentine, Ari Shaffir,
Jim
Robert Kelly.
All the Jims are on there. I like dog whistling to throw Jim Norton under the bus. Hey guys, start calling Jim Norton a racist. Like, why drag them down with you? This sort of woe is me thing is another tactic that he uses.
Also, like, Jim is married to a trans woman.
Well, right. There's a reason. Jeff, take a step back. Ask yourself, why don't people think Jim Norton and Jim Florentine are phony? Why don't people think that? He's going to say it's just me. Well, maybe take stock in that. And maybe it's unfair. Maybe people are being completely unfair. But, like, have you considered why they're doing that at all and why you come across as sort of a liar?
It's like, Sage, I was going up to do Gutfeld the other day, and as I was going, the elevator broke, and you know what happened? I mean, the escalator broke, and you know what happens when the escalator breaks?
I don't need to tell you. But it's just a thing that I think of sometimes. An escalator never really breaks, and you know the rest.
It only whatever. I don't want to bore you.
Legendary comedians who just work and they play the cellar and they play all these spots, the Comedy Store, but then all the comedians are like, Jeff Dye goes on Fox. I'm like, so do they. So I don't know. What is that? I don't know what it is. Something about me. They hate me. I don't know what's going on.
That's so interesting.
Because Jim Norton is a guy that went on like Red Eye 15 years ago.
Right.
No one's like, what? Jim Norton's on with Gutfeld, the guy he's had a relationship with for 2 decades? That's weird.
Like, everyone was on Red Eye.
No one thinks of it as a grift, where with Jeff Dye, it does feel a little like it came out of nowhere. Like it started popping up on these things. Now, he explains on the show, and we'll hear a little of it, but like he talks about how the pandemic kind of changed him and maybe red-pilled him a little bit. And it's like, I get that. I get that changing your politics and your belief. It was a crazy time. I understand that. But with Jeff, it feels disingenuous a lot of the time.
Yeah, here's him talking about the pandemic.
Okay.
I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, it was probably 5-6 years ago when the world blew up.
Yep.
That I saw you more vocal about.
100%. That was exactly when it happened.
Really?
Yeah. Well, COVID happened, and just for me personally, not socially for anyone else that I could, just my own personal experience, it was too much at once. So it was like, and this is over a time span. It wasn't like in one day, but like they took away our jobs, right? So I can't go be heard, which is my whole life. My whole identity is being a stand-up comedian. And that's a good outlet for me creatively, and also to get like things out that I want to say and make people happy. That feels rewarding. It's also my wallet, you know, like, so now I don't have money coming in. I don't have a creative outlet. I don't have a place to leave to go to do my job. I don't live with anyone. So being stuck in my house without like anything.
You were in LA?
Yeah. Then mixed with going through a breakup, losing a dog. You know, they decided that straight white males were the worst thing you could be. And even if that seems dramatic, me framing it.
We broke up because my girlfriend at the time got a pit bull while I was on the road. I don't have to tell you that story.
It's crazy, but you know.
That way, where I live,
I'm showing it my name on the envelope.
I'm showing the water bill to this. You get it.
So in Los Angeles, even if it was for a 2-week period, there was a feeling of like being a straight white male was like the worst thing you could be. And that's a reality for what I was going through. And this all happened at once. And then they're gaslighting us about getting the vaccine. And then there was just too many things at once. And I'm like, I'm in this giant house with guns and alcohol.
I'm doing pretty well. I got a giant house.
He slips in stuff like that. Because again, I get like his point is not crazy. I do get a lot of that stuff making you like, oh, what the fuck? Like if you're a liberal guy, especially, or you're in Los Angeles or whatever, that kind of converting you, I get that. It was fucking crazy what was happening during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I definitely understand someone changing their views a little bit, but it feels like there's a layer of phoniness on his explanation, and I can't put my finger on it.
And I don't think that
because it is everything he did was perfectly in the right-wing playbook.
Right. Yeah. And it's also in comedy, like he's saying things like, oh man, a white man is the worst thing you could be. It's like, well, look at his peers. Shane Gillis, Tony Hinchcliffe, Andrew Schultz, Theo Vaughn. Like, was it so bad for these guys during the pandemic? They kind of fucking exploded.
They did explode. I think Theo wants it to be the pandemic again because he's losing it.
Shout out Crackamico. Crackamico made a very funny rap. It's like AI Joe Rogan and and Theo Vaughn rap battling.
Yeah,
and it's basically a summary of Theo's appearance, where Joe is telling him like nothing's wrong in the world, and Theo's freaking out. It's very well done. Shout out to Crackamico.
It's a good combo, and I was like, I just started having like basically a mental breakdown, if I'm being honest. And then it made me start to go, you know, like I'm just going to talk about this as much and as often and as loudly and honestly as I can. And that'll help me work through it, which is just therapy.
If he just breathed a little more frequently, he wouldn't have to suck in so fucking hard at the end of every
wondering about that too. I was wondering why that was.
Because he just keeps talking until there's no breath and he's like, he has to start over.
That's what therapy is using your words to articulate how you're feeling about something. And so I did my own version of that comedically. And by doing that, it really kind of
very distracting, the breathing. I had to come up for air, Sage. I'm sorry.
I have to get all my right-wing beliefs out in every breath.
I'm just so passionate about the right. Being a Republican takes so much out of me.
Discovered that's good. That's what God wants us to do is find.
You see what I mean? He just slips in. That's what God wants. This guy, I first heard of Jeff Dye because he told a story on This Is Not Happening. Shout out to Why Are You Laughing? Go check that out.
That's right.
He told a story on Why Are You Laughing about getting shit-faced and stealing a jersey from Mike Vanderjack's bar in like Key West or something, and then returning it when he got caught, and then going back and stealing it again. Wait, it was a funny story. It was whatever. Maybe he's lying about it. I have no idea. But like to then go, it's like, well, I just think, what did Christ tell me? you know, and that's kind of how I live my life.
He's like, I was at the bar and God said he doesn't need it. Mike Vanderchuk bar. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Here he is talking about Austin though.
Okay. Yo, so this is another. If we're studying, if Craig and I are putting on our analysis caps here, and going into the lab and thinking, why do people call this guy a phony? What happens with phonies a lot is they will take a controversy in their life or a time where a lot of people criticize them, and they will repeat back to you what they're being criticized for in a way that is technically true. Like what you're saying happened, but it's leaving out a massive part of the story. Let's see if Jeff does that here when explaining the controversy around him floating the idea of a move to Austin.
You're next. What are you still doing out there?
I know. I want to buy a place in Austin. Last time I said this on a podcast, the whole world turned on me. I'm buying a second.
Real quick, he was the guy that was starting like a GoFundMe because it was funny, right?
Yes, he was. Well, Craig, it's weird. That doesn't come up.
No?
It's not going to come up.
Oh.
Yes, he was that guy. The whole world turned on me. It's this victim thing where, hey, I go on Fox. People don't call Jim Norton a racist. You know, like, what? Whoa, I wish they would go after Jim Norton and Jim Florentine for some reason. Like this victim behavior. When it's, by the way, like you want to be this, like, you know, tough right-wing guy now. You can't go like, why is everyone being so mean to me? It's so mean of you to get mad at me when I'm not doing anything wrong. So yeah, let's see if that GoFundMe comes up. For anyone that doesn't know, he went on Joe Rogan and said, I'm trying to move to Austin. And Rogan said, I'll hook you up with my real estate guy. And Jeff Dye said, oh no, I have someone in Arizona that's going to handle it, which people thought that was pretty weird.
Yeah.
Why would a real estate agent in Arizona handle it? But then Jeff tweets out, hey, I'm moving to Austin. Can anyone pay for it for me? And with the link to a GoFundMe. And then when people were like, you want us to fund your move to Austin? What? Like, why? You work. Just move.
Sounds like he's got a gigantic LA mansion that could pay for it.
Yeah, right. I don't understand. Why would we fund your move to Austin? And when people thought that was weird, he goes, oh, why do you guys get so mad at my jokes, my hilarious jokes? I was kidding. Guys, I was kidding. I mean, I would have accepted the money. This is what he says. He goes, I was joking. I would have accepted the money if I got it, but like it was a joke. So let's see if all that, the controversy around him moving to Austin, let's see how it's explained here to Sage Steele.
I want to buy a place in Austin. Last time I said this on a podcast, the whole world turned on me. I'm buying a second home in Austin, and it must have been a slow news day at Fox because I said it on Rogan, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm my real estate agent, Kat. We're looking for a place right now in Austin. We're doing house shopping tomorrow." And then for some reason, Fox News the next day ran this whole thing that was like, famous comedian Jeff Dye fleeing lost.
Well,
famous comedian and sex symbol Jeff Dye.
To be fair, he's very mad at them for saying that. He doesn't like that they said famous comedian. That's what he's about to bring up.
Uh-huh.
Los Angeles from Gavin Newsom, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, and also don't say famous comedian.
Come on, guys, I'm only kind of famous.
I'm only huge.
I have a big mansion, but that doesn't make you famous.
Famous
like at my church, I'm a star. People love me there, but that's just because of my generosity.
Yeah, he's the only one that goes to church with a donation bin for himself.
Never heard, and they're all just trashing me. I was like, I didn't say I'm a famous comedian. They wrote that. That's why that gave the headline.
You know what they say about church, and you just start screaming like Kinnison. You know the rest, Sage. I don't want to blow your eardrums out.
Right. There we could say that's why we're printing this, but it was crazy. But it's going to be a second home.
Okay.
Yeah. So he tells this story like, oh yeah, Fox News printed famous comedian. People were like, you're not famous. Fox News wrote an article about it, but this is not what people were mad about. People weren't like, hey, fuck you, Jeff, for publishing an article on Fox News. People were like, hey, what's this GoFundMe about? So it's this. This is what, if Jeff is wondering why people think he's a phony, if he's actually taking stock in that and not just blaming Jim Norton, then it's because of the way you recap your own life. Like this thing of like, I'm the victim all the time and everyone is after me. It's crazy.
It's like I grew up, pretending to be a pope in my backyard going, there he is, the leader of all the... You get it.
That's how religious I am.
Yeah, you understand. I don't have to finish.
The best pope ever. That's a very funny bit, by the way.
It is. Gaffigan rules.
But we were just kind of like this blue collar, kind of regular family in Kent, Washington.
And I just say, get her done. That's what I say, Sage. We're this blue collar family, get her done. There's your sign, all kinds of stuff. And I'm just thinking you might be a redneck. Well, I'm not going to go on about it.
If you have a second house in Austin, you might be blue. Oh, wait, no. You got it. You understand.
There's no comedy clubs in Kent. So I've got to drive up north 1 hour to like live in Seattle and pretend I'm a liberal guy. There was a lot of...
Again, Jeff, this might be why people think you're a fucking phony.
Here's your sign, I said.
So he's saying, she asked him about like where he grew up. She said, you grew up in Seattle? And he's like, well, technically Kent, Washington, which is like a whole different thing. And I get that. I grew up in Western Mass. People are like, oh, Boston? And it's not like Western Mass is much more fucking redneck than anywhere near Boston.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that's what he's describing in Washington. And he's saying, with all my right-wing beliefs, all my church-going country boy beliefs, I had to go to Seattle and pretend I was a liberal. So everyone thought I was a liberal for the first, I don't know, 10 or 20 years of my comedy career.
This is like Dennis Leary writing on Rescue Me.
Right.
I got a big mansion and a fat stack of money and guns. So what?
If anyone doesn't know what Craig's referencing, I always use Rescue Me as the example of when you can tell a guy wrote his own character.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dennis Leary in that show, like, he would always get into arguments with his ex-wife. And the arguments would always, like, Dennis Leary's a bad guy. He could be a bad dad. He could be a drunk. He could be reckless. But there would always be certain qualities where you're like, I'm pretty sure Dennis wrote this. Because the wife would yell, the sex is great, Tommy. It's always amazing with you. But that's not enough for me. It's like, that doesn't feel like a real fight.
A lot of like chameleonism being me in the Seattle comedy scene.
Oh.
Yeah, so he calls himself a chameleon. And maybe he stopped that. Maybe he was a chameleon when he was young, and now we finally get the real Jeff. But it does open you up to people being like, well, was that the real guy, or is this the real guy? Or are neither of them? Are you just an empty guy who will be whatever personality it suits you? If you're around the liberals in Seattle, you're a liberal. If you're around the right-wingers in Austin, you're a right-winger. Like, if it's whatever suits you, then that seems like a phony no matter what.
Sage, they're turning all the frickin' frogs non-binary.
No, it's more, we're not getting this right. It's more, Sage, they're doing something to frogs. You might want to check into that. I can't.
No, it's like he like starts to do the bit and then stops.
They're turning the frogs, well, homosexual. I don't know.
You ever look up the sky and be like, the big yellow ones that, yeah, you get it. This is the last clip here.
Okay, let's hear it.
Faith journey look like, especially early on in your career?
Well, super early, being the Young Life leader, it helped a lot. I mean, I was really on my game about spending every day, praying every day, talking to God, and not lusting after women. And like, I was really kind of like,
don't.
I was just thinking to myself, little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet.
You get it.
On my game. And then when I first got into comedy, it's a whole different world, like thrown to the wolves and demons that are like, I was easily the most pure thing that ever came to stand up. I was terrible, but
oh my God.
You get 100% Jeff.
Oh my.
This is the complete opposite of what he said a moment ago, where he was like, yeah, I was a chameleon of comedy. Like, I had to pretend to be someone else because they wouldn't accept me. I was too real for them in Seattle. And now he's like, I'm just the most pure thing that's ever come to stand up.
He goes, I'm 99.7% pure. You get it.
This world that couldn't have been more toxic and opposite.
Mhm.
I wasn't bad or anything, but I was constantly like denying my faith in a way, like publicly. You know, people,
So you aren't pure.
Exactly. Like he's just completely undoing what he said in the previous sentence.
will be like, aren't you a Christian? I'm like, oh, well, you know, like I was embarrassed to admit it. I have a joke in my act where I go, being a Christian.
If you're a Christian, like if you really follow, I'm not a religious guy. If you really follow those beliefs closely, would you then also be embarrassed of it? Like if you think that's the right way to live your life and those are your beliefs, would you then also go like, I'm really embarrassed of this stuff, so I'm going to pretend not to be that?
If he wanted to be smart, he would say, like, I don't want to push my shit on other people.
Right. Yeah. You don't say, no, I just change whichever the way the wind is blowing. I go that direction.
A wrestling fan, you know, like you love it, but you don't tell everybody about it. You know?
I love wrestling. Just want to throw that out there.
Of course you do.
Because I'm pure.
Craig's the most pure.
Yeah.
You got to you say that about Craig. He is who he is. Laws be damned.
No. He's comparing Jesus to Stone Cold Steve Austin right now.
Yes, the Undertaker is all powerful.
Every time Jesus got whipped, he was just like, "What?"
Fake, right? Like it's real to me, damn it. You know? But that was so true for that time.
He's even stealing viral videos.
I was gonna say, it feels like he's doing a bit.
He is.
Byron Allen.
He is. He said, I have a joke in my act, and then went into this.
Oh, which, by the way, I shoehorned that Byron Allen line in. Did you see who's replacing Colbert when he's done?
Is it Byron Allen?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Comics Unleashed.
For real?
Yeah. I tweeted out the Variety article this week with the Norm clip where he says, "Oh, you've never been more leashed."
Do you understand how bad you must be if Byron Allen is replacing you?
I guess because it's just vanilla. Like they buy it for cheap and they can just put it on, and you know, a segment of people will. I don't think they care about it being like quality anymore.
Comics Unleashed is actually going in that slot?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Old ones are new?
I assume new.
Oh, that's good for us.
Jeff would be perfect for it though.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. It should be a lot of fun. And I think you should book Jeff Dye as his first guest.
Jeff, you know we've been friends for a while. We went on a ski trip.
Yeah, Jeff can go on there and go, so I would give the lady a cheese sandwich. Well, Byron, you know how it goes.
I was always so afraid. I'm like, well, if they find out that I'm a Young Life leader and that like this is what I think, like I'm not going to be welcome in the Seattle comedy circles, which is what I want to be in. So that's where I struggled the most, was just ignoring what I really cared about and what I really loved, while in private still being very much lean.
He's going to come out with a new special called Christian.
It's funny because, well, his last special was The Last Cowboy in LA. Howdy, y'all. Howdy, y'all. I'm Jeff Dye.
Where are these viewable?
I assume YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm Jeff Dye, and I'm the rootinest, tootinest son of a gun you've ever seen.
Ron White was inspired by me.
On his hip. Yeah, they call me Tater Salad, but
I don't have to get into it.
It's a whole thing.
And more. So I just became more private and kind of intimate.
Yeah, so that's
time.
Sage Steele's like, oh boy.
Well, because I think Sage Steele has a lot of these allegations too, you know, where people are like, oh, did she just become a right wing? But with Sage Steele, there's at least like she worked for ESPN.
She lost her career because of it.
That's what I mean. You're not supposed to talk about politics there.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a real thing where Sage Steele did probably have to keep her beliefs to herself and that kind of stuff. Jeff didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Like, listen to the comedians he listed. You know what I mean? Like, you can be yourself in comedy. Look what it did. I'll list the names again. Shane Gillis, Tony Hinchcliffe, all these guys that got popular during the pandemic. I think Jeff expected, like, that was owed to him or something.
Mhm.
It's sort of this why not me mentality that he has.
On the way in, I stopped. I call it the BK Lounge, but yeah, you get it.
Where you're like, obviously there was, you talk about it now, but like, screw it, this is who I am. And
Yep.
no matter, I don't care how this is going to potentially affect my career.
Yeah.
Fine, if I have to play Madison Square Garden, I will. I don't care how it affects me.
He'll go on Kill Tony at Madison Square Garden and somehow make the post look like it was his show.
So I went up there and I asked him, "Are you ready for the best fucking night of your lives?" I said, I introduced myself and I said, "Here's one of the greatest comedians of all time. Jeff Dye is unbelievable."
He's gonna talk about his new podcast, The Jeff Dye Experience.
Like, and it's funny because some of my friends call it like a heel turn, and I was like, it's not a heel turn. I think if anything, it's a truth turn. Like, I'm not a bad guy now, for being honest. I'm just,
boy, oh boy,
I'm just saying what I find to be true.
Stop it, Jeff! Stop being so honest. I can't take it.
Wow, I've never seen someone so pure.
Your honesty, no, it's making me crumble. All of us who are impure can't handle it, Jeff.
Somebody corrects me, or if I find new information, then I'm willing to go, I was wrong about that. But so far, pretty honest works all the time. And I think that I'm a little bit guilty of of what the society has kind of become. Because I used to be like, oh, who cares? Like, just make sure
when he does that. When he does that, is that him sucking up other people's traits? Like, the next interview, he's going to be quoting Sage Steele.
The camera cuts back to Sage Steele and she's wearing the same jacket.
And just be nice to everyone. I was never, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I would never correct someone. I would never go, oh, here's what I think.
Yeah.
I would never push back. I would never share an unpopular opinion. I'd be like, let's just try to get along, be go along guy. Like, that's, and I was like, it's everyone's feelings, because I don't want to hurt her feelings if I say a thing or I'll pander a little bit. And I thought that was more positive, but it's not, and it's not healthy, and it's not productive, and it's, I think it's a wrong way to behave.
Yeah, it's a little tough to diagnose because he could be right. It could be where, like, he was a phony for years and just kind of snapped out of it. But it feels like this version of Jeff is, at the very least, also phony, if not just entirely the phony version.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone land somewhere and be like, "Oh, I have to get to church."
Where's the church? Quick! Is there a church in the airport? I need one stat.
Yeah, and he just conveniently gets there as it begins, not in the middle of service. Nothing.
Oh, thank God. Say what we say when we say. Well, I mean, it's a whole funny thing you guys do here at church.
All right, we got some super chats.
Well, let's hear them.
Germ says, for $2, always happy to contribute.
Thank you, Germ.
Comedy podcast clips, $10.54, $5. Saw a Die clip where he says, women say Lizzo is beautiful. If you tell your girl she reminds you of Lizzo, she gets pissed. Mark Norman joke verbatim.
Yeah, that is a Mark Norman joke. But that could be parallel thinking. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't heard Jeff do that. That could be two guys getting to the same conclusion. The Louis bit, that's Louis C.K., like one of the greatest comedians of all time, maybe his most famous joke. You know what I mean? Like, that's a crazy one. But
Lizzo using the same person.
Yeah.
When Schumer does it, she at least changes some words.
It's definitely a Norman joke. I've heard Norman do a bunch of Lizzo jokes like that.
Flatbush Tommy, $5. Been a while. Happy to catch a Sunday show again live. I don't know if you guys saw Jeff's latest sketch, Rogan ball washing, hacky premises, whole 9 yards.
sketch. A sketch with Rogan ball washing. Interesting.
He does
No, I'm
sketch.
not. Send it to me, Flatbush Tommy. If you're on Twitter or anything, send it my way.
And
I was thinking, this is the other thing. I mentioned to Jerem, I asked him this. I said, Jerem, what do you think about this? He's our program director now. He tells me what I can talk about. But I said, would people be interested if because I found that Howie Mandel episode like really weird, the way Jeff behaved. If I go and talk about it now, is it too late? I was thinking about maybe we talk about it on Tuesday or something. Just do like a bonus episode and break down that segment. But then I was like, it's a 5-month-old clip. Do people care about it? But I don't know. Maybe we will.
And lastly, Kiki Ray, $4.99. Why aren't you covering Whitney Cummings anymore? I want coverage of her on The View.
Oh, I saw that View clip. I just thought it was almost too obvious. Like, what she was doing felt almost too obvious. But we'll get back to Whitney. Don't you worry. Maybe I'll check out Whitney this week, see what she's up to.
Getting more views.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, she's good for her. The biggest podcast in the world. Are her numbers still going crazy?
Should I see what the latest video is at?
Yeah, why not?
I can take a peek.
2.9 million.
Probably. It's growing. Whitney Cummings. Let's see. 3 days ago, 627,000.
Okay. I mean, still feels like a lot, but more believable, I suppose.
So,
but again, that's what like Matt and Shane get. Is her podcast as big as that?
I'm going. She deleted all the videos over 1 million.
She did?
Because I have to go back 4 months to find one that broke 1 million.
Oh, no. I think this, oddly, it's weird. It's weird how this happens, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
I think once she got called out for fake views, and she was like, I don't buy fake views. That's ridiculous. I think once she got called out for that, I think it stopped.
All right, so I'm going to go like 3 months.
Isn't that nuts how that works?
Listen to this. So 3 months ago, 734K.
Yep.
Right. 3 months, 605, 692. 4 months ago, 1.4 million.
Well, put it this way.
1.2 million, 2.1 million, 1.5 million, 1.9 million.
Put it this way. If, Apologia Comedia makes a video about you and says you're buying views, and it's very well done, and really just kind of proves without a shadow of a doubt that some of the numbers seem fake.
Mm-hmm.
Just hypothetically, if someone proved that about me and I was buying views for this channel and the numbers seemed ridiculous, I would probably start buying less.
Right.
Make the numbers seem a little more realistic. Now, the timing seems a little crazy on that, but perhaps that's what happened. I have no idea. But
that's crazy, though. It hit a wall.
You know what? That might take too long to find. But someone check when that Apologia Comedia video came out. I wonder if it's roughly the exact same day that those videos hit a wall.
Is it Apologia?
Apologia Comedia, I think, is the channel.
I'll find out right now.
I don't know that he's the only one. He's the one that we covered. I know a bunch of other people talked about it, but he may have been the pioneer.
3 months ago.
Weird.
Yeah. How about that?
What are the chances? Yeah. So maybe we'll get back into Whitney Cummings. Now that she's a little more on the fringes.
And there's another Apologia Comedia video 2 months ago. Whitney Cummings is losing her mind over bot accusations.
We may have covered that. Sounds familiar to me. We may have covered that as well.
All right. Where to next?
Let's take a dip into Joe Matarese territory, shall we?
Of course.
You've been excited. You missed the last time we talked about Joe Matarese, and you were excited to check in on our old friend again.
Well, the last one I was a part of was when he was filming himself at his friend's house, who's rich as fuck, just critiquing.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Is the best.
well, Joe, I got to say this. And I said it last time we covered Joe Matarese. Joe, we're going to make fun of you. Don't get discouraged. Keep doing this. It's his best format yet because he's at least talking to other people.
And he's the alpha, which is fun.
I get not. I think that's going to change soon based on the first episode that we watched. But yeah, like this is his best format, at least because there's other people that seem interested in the subjects he's bringing up. So it's not a good podcast, but it's one of Joe's best. So keep doing it. Don't get discouraged just because people make fun of you. Now let's begin, because there are some elements of this show that I still find a little strange.
Yeah, just Cherry Hill.
That's my favorite part. My favorite part is that Joe has one of his old buddies on the podcast. This guy Gene is his co-host, and they really get into the weeds of the comings and goings in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
I also want to point out the very first thing, this isn't clipped. The very first thing of this episode, as soon as it pops on, Joe talks to his friend and he goes, "Your mother's ass."
Oh, I know. He goes, you know what I think he might have called it a slur. I think he said, you know what my favorite slur is? Doesn't feel right. Because my favorite slur is your mother's ass.
That's how it starts.
All right, Junior Soprano. What's
Oh, and while you say Junior Soprano, just while it's in my head, you were talking on BTH about you and I immediately reviewing the Sopranos movie and be like, that was pretty good, right, guys?
Yeah.
I went back and watched it. It was a pile of shit.
It's terrible. I don't know why. I guess we were just we were swept up in nostalgia.
Yeah, but your sister's cunt was screamed 4 times by the guy playing Junior.
He might as well. There's one when he falls on the stairs.
Yeah.
He might as well have yelled, "I'm Junior Soprano!"
Yes. Exactly. But here we are with Cherry Hill.
All right.
Did you have any of that where someone climbed the pole?
No, see, Joe, I was from Cherry Hill on the east side, and we paid for things. It was kind of cool. You get this stuff. It costs money, right? You pay the monthly fee, and then you get it.
A little crosstown rivalry. A little east versus west of Cherry Hill. This is such minutia here with Joe, where it's so in the weeds of Cherry Hill that now we're getting into sections of Cherry Hill where some people are better than others. So not only are we focused on this podcast about one particular town in New Jersey, some of that town is scum.
It wasn't like that for us. We
You didn't rob it.
As a matter of fact, we didn't have poles. Everything was underground. That was always something that when you're on the east coast, when you're on the east side, everything's underground. Cables are underground. There's no lines, dude. There's no lines to jump off of. There's nothing.
Well, people watching and listening, you should know, if you didn't see the first 2 episodes of our podcast or any of our clips over the past 6 months, I lived in a part of Cherry Hill that never felt like Cherry Hill. Like I was embarrassed.
Hold on. There's a lot I want to unpack there. If you haven't watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of our podcast, or you haven't seen the clips over the last 6 months, these guys have been recording podcasts and releasing the clips for TikTok. And then not releasing the episodes.
It's a new method.
It's interesting. It's something that I would think maybe like a young influencer would try, rather than a 60-year-old in a pizza place talking to his childhood friends.
Yeah,
it's innovative. It's an idea. What if we did a podcast with no podcast, just clips?
It's new.
It's something.
I do want to point out that Cardiff finally ended and the people are filing in.
Hey, good. We're about to be over too. So thank you, Cardiff.
To where I lived and people.
So now I want to also hear, hey, if you guys aren't fully abreast of Cherry Hill goings on, let me get you to speed here.
Didn't have poles. Everything was underground. That was always something that when you're on the east coast, when you're on the east side, everything's underground. Cables are underground. There's no lines, dude. There's no lines to jump off of. There's nothing.
Well, people watching and listening, you should know, if you didn't see the first 2 episodes of our podcast or any of our clips over the past 6 months, I lived in a part of Cherry Hill that never felt like Cherry Hill. Like I was embarrassed to where I lived, and people watching and listening, it was between Vito's Pizza and Winter Ford.
Oh my God, that's where you're from, Joe? You know what? Let's not even do this segment.
That explains everything.
I didn't realize this guy lived anywhere near Winter Ford. That's fucking humiliating, Joe.
Did you get a good deal on an F-150?
I was one of those guys Listen, I've lived in towns in my life.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Americans. I'm from a place. I've never thought like, oh, the scum of East Longmeadow lives somewhere between DiNardo's Pizza and Shaker Bowl.
Now I got to be honest. I have had that.
Really?
Yeah, in North Reading.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Martin's Pond.
Those Martin Pond scum is what I called them.
That's exactly what we called them.
I had a feeling.
Called them Pond scum.
Need a coffee from our house.
And it's really not that bad. There was just some people in there.
You'd be great on this show.
I know. Be like,
because Joe would be interested in that. He'd be like, oh, really? Tell us more about Martin's Pond.
That's how close we were to Melita Coffee, and it was called Brookfield. We had the.
That's how close we were. So close to Melita's coffee, we could taste it. That's how close we were to Melita's coffee. As if people at home are like, "Oh my god, I've only heard of Melita's coffee. I've never been close to it. That's wild."
I wish he called it Makita's, and he's just confusing his life with Wayne's World.
Town paid money not to go to Cherry Hill West because you should have been on the west side.
We really should.
It was west side.
You know, my brother went to West, and Mike's.
Well, exactly.
Yeah,
because that's where you should have been.
Family rivalry, turning brother against brother in Cherry Hill.
Now, Mike, our next clip here is 7.5 minutes into the show.
Yeah, this is very interesting. So I'm checking out the podcast. I guess it worked because I was lulled. I was like, oh, the podcast has started. That's exciting. No. 7.5 minutes in, Joe makes this announcement. And it's also good to telegraph this as well.
My dad would come in on Valentine's Day late because he was doing what he shouldn't be doing. And my mom would kick him in the nads. And then we would all be sitting on the steps watching that.
That's how it was back then. Let's come back. We got more to talk about. This is going to be a good episode. We are going to be right back. You know, this was the cold open. Talk to you in a second.
It was like, do you like this table of Italian stuff?
That was the cold. I've never heard that in podcasting, television, radio. I've never heard that was the cold open. I love those old clips of Chevy Chase where he's like, that was the cold open. This is Saturday Night Live. Why would you tell them exactly what it is? Why would you wait 7.5 minutes to do it that way? This has been the cold open. You're watching Joe Matarese.
Did he? Now was that planned, or did he go, "Oh fuck, I didn't play a really cool intro"?
I think that intro is added in post, which makes it even crazier.
Why wouldn't it just start and then get into the Cherry Hill stuff?
I have no idea. Because it's got to be cold. The people need a. Whoa, shit! Are the boys on?
If you do a cold open, it's got to be like a quick hitter.
Well, it's also got to be cold, where you can't go, we're doing a cold open. That's what this is.
Yeah. This was a hot open. Next we have Everywhere is Cherry Hill.
Oh, good. That's what I mean. What did you call it?
Martin's
Pond?
Martin's Pond.
Martin's Pond.
Uh-huh.
Martin's Pond could be Cherry Hill.
That's right.
East Longmeadow, like I said, between DiNardo's and Shaker Bowl, that could be Cherry Hill.
To the subject here, even though we are at the top of the podcast, episode 3, sponsored by DFX Sound.
As you know, we are at the top of the podcast, judging by the open we just played.
We're past the cold open. Guys, go back. If you didn't catch the cold open, rewind. Check it out.
And this episode is obviously brought to you by the co-hosts.
This is brought to you by the way, the Vito's Pizza guy is not here for this episode, unfortunately.
Doesn't he show up, or is that someone else?
That's a different pizza guy.
Oh,
I'm not joking.
I know you're not. That's why I'm laughing.
They got a different pizza guy. They said, listen, we got to fill this seat. It can't just be me and Gene. We need a pizza expert on.
The show is called 3 Friends, 1 Booth.
That's right. Even if we're not technically in a booth this week.
Sponsored by DFX Sound and Light, as you see on the screen down there, and sponsored by Vito's Pizza.
And sponsored by Joe Matarese. What the hell? I'll get it on the action.
And judging by my hat, it's sponsored by the Philadelphia Phillies.
Go Phils.
And if you look over my shoulder, Fender guitars.
Which is the 15th and 16th of this month in April. I'll be out there at the brokerage in Long Island, where there's a lot of Italians and a lot of Jewish people. It's like Long Island Cherry Hill, really. That's one of my favorite clubs. JoeMatarese.com.
I went to visit my son down in Florida, and all I could think of, I was like, this is warm Cherry Hill.
Why isn't he fucking all that puss?
Oh, we'll get to that. His son's not the only loser in the family.
Oh, we're getting to it right now, Mike.
But I just like that everywhere could be Cherry Hill. Like,
Right.
this is snowier Cherry Hill. It's like Long Island Cherry Hill. Why? Because it's a town, Joe? Because they have a fucking Italian restaurant?
He's like, there's a bunch of Jews and wops.
So we're getting to this bitch daughter of his?
We're getting to this bitch daughter of his.
This just fucking sourpuss. So we learned about his gay son the last time we talked about.
I was so mad I wasn't on for that.
This fucking queer that isn't just pounding gash down there in Tampa. He's loyal to his girlfriend.
He went to college with a girlfriend. You guys talk to him?
Take this kid aside. Tell him what's wrong with him.
And my
So sorry. So just to set it up, the son is not the only disappointment in the family, as we'll hear.
He's definitely projecting his shit onto his kids.
You think?
And you know what gets me mad is you'll watch these movies with your kids. Like I think I watched My Cousin Vinny with my daughter. Not one laugh.
None.
Nothing.
Are you bitch? Joe Pesci is a legend.
How did Utes not cripple your stomach?
You dumb spoiled guinea brat.
Huh?
You treat with Mr. Pesci with some respect, you whore.
You don't come in and talk to Joe Pesci like that.
Oh, you're a cocksucking slob like your mother.
It's the funniest movie. That is the one.
I mean, that's just not true. It's a funny movie. It is not.
Well, yeah, My Cousin Vinny's a funny movie, and it's especially funny if you're two 60-year-old Italian men, not a 15-year-old girl.
She can be like, "What's a biological clock?"
Listen, I do think the young generation should have more appreciation for art and things that came before them. But I'm not in stunned disbelief if a 15-year-old girl isn't howling at Marissa Tomei's description of posit traction.
Movie that no matter what you're doing, you could be scrolling through all the stations. It's on. You just leave it on. You just, I don't care what scene. You just have to watch it. If it's on and you're going through stations and it's there, you're stopping every freaking time.
Yeah,
always there.
You hear that? Gene agrees with me, you bitch.
I don't know if this is true.
Gene says you're a dumb hole as well.
You good for nothing slot.
Isn't it funny to them? Because I'm like, if their movie's good, I think I would like. I watch new movies now and like them. Why can't they?
I watch new movies. First of all, which ones, Joe? What's the last comedy that's been released that's on My Cousin Vinny's level?
Rocky V.
Listen, I watch Creed. I watch Creed 2.
That.
I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know if it's out of their time frame or they don't relate.
No shit.
What's in the world today.
DJ Electra says she was about 15 when the movie came out, and it's still one of her favorites. So maybe these guys are onto something.
Well, I mean, Electra would fit perfectly in the slur, the expletives that could fly. Oh my God. Electra could tell these guys about all the charcoal briquettes down by Winter Ford.
I did hear that Electra had a panic attack when she saw an Uncle Ben's box.
Oh, Electra, you'd love it at Vito's Pizza. You can talk all about you know who.
They don't relate to, but my cousin Vinny should be relatable. That one's not like about something that's not relatable to just all.
Ralph Macchio is your age, you bitch.
It should be relatable to a guy pretending to be a lawyer.
You know how you got framed for shooting the clerk at a convenience store? This is that story.
Like about something that's not relatable to just all.
Well, did you ever try to get them to watch like The Godfather? It's too long.
It's too long.
It's too long. And then Joe was like, "No, I understand. That I understand. It's too old." And it's like, well, that kind of defeats your entire point.
That makes me mad.
You shouldn't like The Godfather. It's too much.
So they go into like a whole, hey, this generation's attention span, it's no good.
Yes, that's what every episode is. Yeah. Oh, so you've seen it?
No.
Yeah, every episode is essentially Joe going, I was a kid in the 80s and things were different. Why? Why aren't they the same as they were 40 years ago? And he never stops to ask himself, hey, when I was a kid, things were different than they were in 1940. Joe never has that realization for some reason.
Joe, there's video games that if you glance at the TV, you think it's like a real basketball game.
Yeah.
They're not going to leave the house.
But to disrespect Pesci like that.
Yeah.
Clam.
Next, we have a skilled interviewer.
Okay. So they bring in the other pizza guy.
How bad is Vito's pizza?
So they bring in the replacement pizza guy because he can't do the show without a pizza guy.
Yeah.
And Joe tries asking him the big questions.
Well, I literally told Gene, I go, come up with some weird questions to ask him just for fun. It'll be fun to just ask him weird ones. But like the only thing, and this is probably not weird, you've probably been asked this before, but for some reason, I'm one of those guys that wants to ask you everything and then try to do it myself in my fucking way. Right? Mm-hmm. Do you get those?
You ever heard of YouTube, Joe?
Land the plane, Joe. Ask the question. Don't tell us why you're asking the question.
Will you please tell me how to make pizza?
We tried to think of some weird questions. I don't know if this one is weird, but it is a question. And here's the thing about questions. You have to ask them in order to get an answer. And you might have answered this before, but you haven't answered me. Just ask him, Joe.
Do you get those people? Because all I want to know is the exact gear. I'm like,
you've got exact gear right here, Joe. I'm sure it should be called.
Gross.
Exact gear with Mike Geary.
That's going to be the name of this episode.
Exact gear.
Like the only thing, and this is probably not weird, you've probably been asked this before, but for some reason, I'm one of those guys that wants to ask you everything and then try to do it myself in my fucking own kitchen, right? Mm-hmm. Do you get those people? Because all I want to know is the exact gear. I'm like, I don't want I want to hear I bought a cheese slicer. I want to know what cheese slicer, how much. I'm one of those guys. How much? How do you know which cheese slicer to get? Did someone tell you, oh, that's a good one?
No, I looked on Amazon and I bought one. Another one and I liked it.
Really? Yeah. How much do you have to spend to get a good cheese slicer?
Oh, here.
None of your fucking business. Go to Amazon. I don't know.
Why don't you ask your boy Vito?
That's what I love. Where he's like, there's all this setup, all this lead in, where you think he's gonna say like, hey, could I spend the night with your wife? There's so much build up to this that you think he's going to ask him some horribly uncomfortable question. And he's like, how much you pay for a cheese slicer?
If you're Vito, right, and you're a co-host of the show, you're like, why has he never asked me how to make pizza, but he's asking this guy?
Oh yeah, you're a little jealous.
That means he hates Vito's pizza.
Because Vito's is down by Winter Ford, where Electra goes and throws rocks at some of the clientele.
She just commented, she goes, I literally didn't know tranny was a slur. Is that real? I thought it was just a word.
I actually thought we were talking cars and this business spawn.
Yeah. Next we got the pizza video.
Oh yeah, so if you guys don't go too far back with Joe Matarese, you may not know of the pizza video that was a great help in Joe's rise to infamy, where Red Bar, I think in one episode, Red Bar spent like 6 hours watching a video of Joe grill a pizza. And Red Bar just dissected this thing endlessly and like made fun of it. It's a who gives a fuck thing. Joe made a shitty pizza on a grill, and that has stuck with him. I think we might be coming up on the 10-year anniversary of that happening. I think it was
his breaking point.
2016, maybe 2017. And Joe has not shaken this pizza video. So you can tell every time he asks this guy about making his own pizza, it's in the back of his head like, they're going to make fun of me for making a bad pizza.
I tried to make pizza on my barbecue grill, and it got a lot of views on YouTube because I got shit on so hard. Like, because it was literally nighttime by the time I finished, and it was daytime when I started.
Did you have how did you make pizza on your barbecue grill?
I literally put it right on I put the dough right on the grill. A few people showed me how to do it, and people were freaking critiquing because the shape was way off.
Guess he made grilled pizza.
Yeah.
They start making fun of him now.
His best friends were like, "What a fucking idiot!"
They just start doing the Red Bar impression at him. Get this pizza video. But yeah, it's very much in his head. Joe, I would say again, like we're making fun of you, we're having a good time. I know you watch these. Get out of your head. Don't worry about it. People will make fun of you, but maybe some people will like it. Like it's the most relaxed I've seen him on a podcast, which is a nice sign.
Hopefully he's like off the meds.
No.
What's this one called? One Last Thing.
Oh, good. Let's hit one. Listen, the show's wrapping up. They talk to the pizza guy. They interview the pizza guy. And you can tell by the amount of clips we have, there wasn't a ton to make fun of. I'm not saying it was a great episode, but it was what it was. It was whatever. And maybe you guys would like it. Go check out 3 Guys, 1 Booth. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Something like that. Go check out Joe Matarese. And they wrap up the interview, and Joe goes, "Oh, wait. Hold on."
And
one more thing, Gene.
Subject that I wanted to talk to you just before we say goodbye, that synchronizes with kind of what him, because he's baking the bread in his basement of his row home. Is I wanted to talk to you about finished basements. I don't know. There's just something about it. That's another Italian thing. The finished basements.
No, it isn't.
I think that's a person thing.
Yeah, it's just human beings.
Is he about to go into how finished basements are awesome?
I took part in building my house.
Mm-hmm.
I got to choose what happened here, and I want the basement finished, but never for a second did I think, like my father and my father's father before him. I gotta finish I owe it to my heritage.
You gotta finish your basement and sprinkle basil leaves all over it.
Oh, the skirts up there stirring the sauce. I'm here in my finished basement.
Now, do you remember your bedroom was the finished basement when we became friends? Did you have a basement in the house before that?
Yes, but it was, believe it or
Yes.
not.
No, hold on. Did you have a basement in your house before that?
Is that
before
what
they finished it?
What does he think's there?
Go back. Yeah, what did he think that it just materialized?
He's like, yes, Joe. It was, studs and insulation, like every other unfinished basement.
Let me hear that again. Is that maybe I misheard?
Oh, do you remember? Your bedroom was the finished basement when we became friends. Did you have a basement in the house before that?
Yes, but it was, believe it or not, it was never finished. It was like my dad always said.
Believe this or not.
Believe it or not, it was never finished until it was, and then it became my bedroom.
Joe, are you sitting down? My basement wasn't finished.
No. Oh, that breaks my heart.
I'm gonna finish it. But we always had we had the drainage, like it cuts down in our cement. It was always leaking. It was all cement. That's why as soon as I know what you're saying, as soon as I moved out, Every house I had either have a finished basement or I finished it. The house I live in now is a finished basement. The townhouse that we moved into after the one in Cherry Hill had a finished basement. It's something about being Italian is that basement is the best place in the house. Dude.
Why is it? It's because it's private.
Contractors licking their chops when Italians come. And by the way, Joe kind of alluding to the fact like that's where he holds his meetings. That's where he brings Christopher downstairs to the basement.
Dry, like Italians are so into how do I make this fucking dry?
What they do.
You gotta let go of the Italian identity, bro.
he loves that he's Italian. It's his greatest thing. Everything he does, he's like, well, that's because I'm Italian and I'm from New Jersey.
I like being Italian. I wouldn't say it's a defining trait of anybody.
Joe, you going to the dentist today? Well, you know me. I'm Italian. I'm from New Jersey. We got to go to the dentist.
The Irish in town, their teeth just fall out of their face.
That's what we do. It's something we do in our Italian culture. But shout out to Joe. I hope he keeps doing it. I know when he sees videos pop up to make fun of him, he gets discouraged. But I say, keep soldiering on. It gives us something to talk about. And, maybe it makes people watch your show.
Joe should come on the program. We'll talk about Martin's Pond and how similar it is to Cherry Hill.
Oh, Martin's Pond. That's where Craig developed his hatred of Winter Ford.
I got to be honest. I didn't live in Martin's Pond. I wasn't down there. It's like Syl talking to Chris at his intervention. He's like, disgusting.
Yeah. Craig would emulate a young Mark Wahlberg down at Martin's Pond.
Just throwing rocks. All right, we're on to our last subject here.
All right, let's check in with old friend Brendan Schaub, shall we? I feel like it's been a while since we've talked about Bappa. And yeah. I was curious what he's been up to, so I checked out the most recent episode of The Fighter and the Kid. And Brendan is always talking parenting. I notice it's when a lot of these guys have like nothing to talk about, they become parenting experts.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're just a parent. It's not that you've mastered it and you have this great advice to give us. You're literally just talking about having kids. So it's not always that interesting, but Brendan seems to think so. But where are we starting?
We're starting clearly with Coach HP influence. Baseball dad.
Oh, you can tell. You can tell Coach HP has had Brendan studying good. Let's see how much knowledge of baseball Brendan has accrued. Because Brendan's always talking about how great his son is at baseball. It's his son's entire life. Let's see what the kid is learning from dear old dad about baseball.
One thing when I say, but this is my thing. See, my son loves it because in baseball they have trackers now. So when he's sitting in the cage, they have a camera there. You can go to Fenway Field. You can go to Wrigley Park. and shows
Fenway Field, Wrigley Park.
No, this is my star pupil. I can't be remembered like this.
You disgraced me, Brendan. I assume that's on the board for the homeless cats. I assume they already have that one written down. Fenway Field and Wrigley Park.
Better. Clearly, like that was dyslexia, but that's just hilarious.
Can we hear that again? Yeah, here's the thing. That's a common. He probably just slipped up.
Yeah,
Wrigley Park, Fenway Park. Now he's got me doing it. Fenway Park, Wrigley Field, but like it is just because it's coming from Brendan, and this is the other thing that Brendan forgets. Like if Brian made that mistake, Brendan would be just like hammer him on it. It's this thing like you're not supposed to mention with Brendan for some reason.
When he's sitting in the cage, they have a camera there. You can go to Fenway Field. You can go to Wrigley Park. That's incredible. It shows his balls how far it would go on that park.
It's incredible. Brian goes, that's incredible. He's not actually there, Brian. It's not transporting. That's incredible.
JFK head chunk in the chat just says, after we got burgers at McDonald's King.
They did a bunch of people did send me, by the way, so I just wanted to make note that I am aware of it. Tim Dillon, do you remember, were you on, Craig, when we talked about Brian Callen getting scammed by someone pretending to be from Amy Poehler's podcast?
No.
It was a big, he had this long story about receiving an email inviting him on Amy Poehler's podcast. And he was all excited. And it eventually like led to him putting in his financial information or something, like giving them his bank account.
What an idiot.
It was an obvious scam. And so anyways, it just seems like this ridiculous story that Brian's telling. Tim Dillon on his podcast like a week or two ago tells this whole story about how he was reached out to by Amy Poehler's podcast. Now it seemed odd to him, so he looked into it. And like one question in, he could tell it was a scam. And then he's like, and then I find out other comedians have been falling for this. And Tim, basically, whether he knew it or not, just roasting Brian Callen for falling for this.
But we move on
All right.
to Boplo with his new friends. Is that where this is going?
Yeah, so Brendan, I guess Brendan's friends with the Kardashians. I don't know how else to describe it. Brendan wants us to believe that he's been hobnobbing with the Kardashians. What is it about lolcows that make you want to believe they're friends with the Kardashians? Because Stuttering John does the same thing.
With the Kardashians.
He's like, I'm best friends with Chris and Bruce Jenner.
He probably had Bruce on the show, and he was like, "We were besties."
No, I guess they did hang out. I don't know if you knew him from the Tonight Show or Stern or whatever, but I guess they did. I think the wives were friends or something. But anyways, let's get on to Brendan here. See if you believe this.
So if you remember the Lamar and Chloe show, Chloe didn't want to do it. Her family didn't want to do it. It was Lamar Odom's idea.
Wow.
It was his idea.
I find that to be horse shit that the Kardashians didn't want to have a TV show.
Well, I never expose our private lives like that. Lamar, why even suggest this to us?
Like season 48 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah. Do I believe that Lamar Odom was also a fame whore? Sure.
Yeah.
I can wrap my head around that. But the idea that the Kardashians were like clutching their pearls.
Her family didn't want to do it. It was Lamar Odom's idea.
Wow.
It was his idea.
She seems like a nice person, Khloe Kardashian.
Yeah, I know them a little bit because our kids went to school.
Yeah.
She's the most normal. She's the most normal one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard to be normal anyway in general.
Hold on a second here. Remember that. He knows Chloe and Lamar a little bit because their kids went to school together.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So keep that in mind that he knows Khloe Kardashian. If your kids go to school with someone, that's a pretty surface level relationship, you know?
I need a new show, Keeping Up with the Schaubs.
If your child goes to school with Khloe Kardashian's child, maybe you wave at a ball game, you know? Maybe you say hello at a PTA meeting. It doesn't mean you're ingratiated with the family. You're not automatically like, well, now I know everything about her, all her sisters and her parents, and I know the whole family. So it seems like a surface level relationship, but it blossoms into something much more, as Brendan's about to explain.
You're in the spotlight.
Disaster for them. Yeah, you would not want that life.
No, but they all seem like
she's the most normal.
Yeah.
Kim's pretty as famous. She seems pretty normal.
Yeah, she seems. I appreciate.
She's pretty hands on. Would always drop the kids off at school. Always pick them up.
I think she's.
Hold on a second. Now it's changed to Kim. Did you notice that?
I did notice that.
It's very subtle, and it will continue to be. We don't hear another peep about Khloe.
You know, I only hang out with them at school drop-offs.
Yeah, literally, that's what it is. He sees them when they drop their kids off at school, and he now knows a tremendous amount about their personal lives.
I would say is pretty impressive that they're actually dropping them off.
I would agree with that. I would also add, while it tells you something, like, hey, maybe she's a better mom than we'd expect, I don't think it now gives you authority to talk on their entire lives.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, that's a nice little quality. It's a footnote to be like, hey, Kim Kardashian drops her own kids off at school. Who would have thought? It doesn't mean you know the psychology of their parenting.
It's a stretch Hummer limo, but she still does it.
Yeah.
You know, keeping up with Khloe here, we're going to talk about Kanye.
Yeah, so he knows Khloe and Lamar. So it gives him complete knowledge of who Kim is, or maybe he actually knows Kim and he got mistaken. It was a sort of a Fenway Field situation. But now we're fully on Kim. We don't hear a peep about Khloe. And listen to this fact he gives with authority, the way you would talk about a guy you really know well, one of your best buddies.
And there's somebody who like is doing that criminal justice reform that she went to law school.
Yeah, she didn't pass the bar. Kanye did in like 2 days, but not a big deal.
Yeah.
Kanye passed the bar. Really? Like, see in court, bitch. Yeah.
He did?
Yeah. Just because she failed it. And he goes, oh, very cool. Well, I'm a genius.
No,
so check this out.
Okay, so why does Brendan continue to do this?
Is that true?
Is it true? Let's find out, Craig. We're going to find out in a second. But why does Brendan keep doing this? Like, Brian, you're even going to question me? I'm right about everything. Why? What are the chances we look into this and find that there is no evidence to support it? Brendan saw a meme or a Reddit post or something claiming this.
That's what 100% what it was. It was a meme, and he goes, "Oh wow."
Now let's see if Chin and the boys can find anything about this.
I don't think so.
Unverified social.
And the kind of passed his first time. Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's smart, so if he decided to do it.
He said he did it because Kim couldn't do it.
Well, as of now, it just lacks official verification.
But I think it's tough.
That's real healthy for your kids, Kanye.
It lacks any verification. It didn't happen. It just didn't happen. Literally. So I looked this up. It's rare that Google says just no right out of the gate. But Google said no, this didn't happen. Any reports claiming it are false. But Brendan does this thing where, like we said, he saw a meme and he's like, well, that's fact. But also he's claiming like he knows these people really well. Which makes it even another layer of, like, I get getting a celebrity thing wrong. I've done that plenty, where like I've regurgitated information I heard on a podcast or read online or whatever, and then I've been like, I don't think that's true. Actually, shit, I've been saying that a lot. It's like that. But Brendan is now pretending like he knows these people, which makes this even more interesting.
Yep. Now they're going to talk about life as a Kardashian.
Oh well, Brendan. Who better to go to than Brendan Schaub? I say don't even bother watching their TV show or interviewing the Kardashians. Just say, Brendan, what are the Kardashians up to? And he'll tell you.
No one knows them better.
It's like, what?
So my kiddo played on the same team as his, as Kanye's and Kim's kid, Saint.
Oh, okay.
And Saint was Tiger's best friend in California. So
you know them.
Boy, this ramped up a lot. Did you hear Cal in there? He goes, wait, so you guys are close.
They're best friends. How have I not heard of this?
This went from my kid goes to the same school as Khloe Kardashian's kid in a matter of minutes. Now,
seconds.
Seconds. Tiger Schaub is now best friends with Saint Kardashian.
Saint West.
Saint West. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
So we drop them off there. They drop Saint off all the time.
This is an insane. I feel like easily verifiable.
Yes. I mean, listen, maybe they played on the same team. I kind of even doubt that. But, like, that's possible. That's not a thing that, like, would Brendan just make that up out of thin air? But listen to the details he goes in about these people and the interactions he's had with them.
The issue is like, even at a Little League game, there's security there. There's 4 fucking security guards at all times. So it's just not normal. But it's normal to their kid. To Saint, that was normal. What's not normal is when he turned 6, is they have a chocolate fountain that's carved out of a 6-year-old. So it's his body made out of chocolate.
Carved out of a 6-year-old?
I think if I speak Schaub as well as I do, I think he means it is a 6-year-old. It looks like a 6-year-old.
It's a 6-year-old sculpture, chocolate sculpture.
Right, like the sculpture is of a 6-year-old. It wasn't. They're not carving up 6-year-olds at the. Listen. I know people think they drink baby's blood and all that. I don't think they're chopping up 6-year-olds at birthday parties. In front of Brendan Schaub.
Did he just go on TMZ and be like, "I'm going to just say I was there"?
I like Brendan at the Kardashians' house, just drinking out of the chocolate fountain. Wait a minute. Hold on a second here. It's Kanye and Kim's kid. They wouldn't be together at Tigers baseball games anymore. They've been divorced for years.
There you go to support the kid.
Okay, all right. I'll allow that. That's fair.
A chocolate fountain. He turned 6, and then they have the new movie, and they have all this elephants and all this shit, and then when he turned 7, T goes, Dad, I'm going to Saint's party this Friday. I go, oh yeah, where's that? He goes, Six Flags. I go, man, that's gonna be tougher than getting a Six Flags. Kim's going. He goes, yeah, just the.
Let me guess. They rented the whole park out.
Oh shit! You got there a lot before Brendan did.
Then one kid. So Joe goes, it's just the moms and the kids. And I go, man, that's gonna be a disaster for Saint and Kim.
When they.
Oh, and then Tiger goes, oh no, Dad, it's just us. I go,
no shit, it's just them. That's gonna be. Does Kim understand how long the lines are?
No shit.
Does Kim have fast pass?
I wonder what it's like though when you try to go to the park those days and they're like, sorry, Kim Kardashian rented the whole fucking thing out.
Well, that would be one thing, but much crazier would be if you looked behind you in line and were like, is that Kim Kardashian? Wait.
Doesn't even have a fast pass.
Ended it out.
Yeah, I go, what do you mean it's just? He goes, oh yeah, they rented the whole thing out. I'm like, the whole park? He goes, yeah, we don't have to wait in line. I'm like, oh, and then he goes, what am I doing for my birthday? Oh, we're getting a cupcake and we're going to the batting cage.
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, and you're going to be stoked about it. Otherwise, I'm going to get pissed.
He loves that Tiger Belly cake. Tiger Belly. Freudian slip. What's the name of this? Gringo Poppy.
Yeah.
His son is Tiger. I guess that's why I get confused. He loves that Gringo Poppy cadence still.
Yes, he does.
That's how you know Brendan's telling a joke where he's like, I'm going to get pissed. Like that sort of sing-songy way of speaking.
Which he did steal from Callan, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure he talks like that.
Yeah, but it might be a thing. It might be like their podcast kind of a thing.
Hey, they got a thing. They got a thing.
Like Tuesdays with Stories, where they at first you don't know which one's talking.
That's true.
One of the reasons that's one of the reasons we left LA. Like you don't.
Of course, that's where you were.
So they call it keeping up with the Joneses, but then there's keeping up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, that's the name of the show, you kid.
Joneses.
Brendan thought he came up with that. There's keeping up with the Joneses, but then there's keeping up with the Kardashians. No, that's the name of the program. They literally did a take on that.
Well, he's a car guy through and through.
Oh, he definitely is. So that's why this is so offensive. Where it's kind of like, wait, are you a car guy with all these really nice cars? Are you embarrassed of the car you have? Like, because it doesn't make you look rich. This is kind of a weird one for Brendan because he doesn't know which side of the lane he should be on.
I'll never forget. I had that F-150, the Ford Lightning. It's a 2003 truck. I made it as nice as possible. It was dope. I did most of the work myself. And we go to pull up, and it's all Bentleys, Rolls Royces, Lamborghinis, Uruses, G-Wagons. And T goes, oh, Dad, can you drop me off here on the side of the school? And I go,
and you were driving a nice car.
Yeah, dude. I go, what? He goes, Dad, just drop me off here. You have to wait in line. And I was like,
huh?
I rarely do I make a stand. I always say, like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I fully believe it. This didn't happen. It just didn't happen.
This is a hack movie premise.
Yeah, that Brendan drove the kid is 9 or 10 now. So he's saying this happened in the past? Like when the kid was 6 or 7?
Yeah.
No, that absolutely didn't happen. First of all, Brendan is a car guy, as he tells us all the time. I'm sure he had a nice car or something maybe it wasn't a Rolls Royce, but it was something nice. The idea that the kid sees a nicer car and is like, oh, Dad, drop me off. I don't want to be seen with you, you vagabond.
People will think we live in Martin's Pond.
Oh, God. I don't want to be like that Martin's Pond scum.
And then I'm like, it hit me. I go, oh, he's embarrassed of my car.
Yeah.
So then I go, oh, buddy, you don't want me to drop you off because you think their cars are cooler than mine? He goes, well, it's just different. I go, it is different, Tiger. You know how it's different? I worked on this car. This car is very unique. Those people, go ask them what engine's in that G55 or G60.
How many of their cars have Brendan Schaub's blood, sweat, and tears in them?
How many of those cars are going to be online for a prize in a day or two?
How many of those will I have to sell to a friend and in order to make good on this merch deal I've been hawking?
Ask them what engine's that yours. They have no clue, Tiger. They bought those because they think it's the thing to do. I bought this because I actually enjoy it and I love it.
Bro,
those people aren't shit.
Those people aren't shit.
People aren't. Now he's yelling at his son. This didn't happen.
No, the Kardashians are great people. Fast forward a few minutes. Those people aren't shit.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to why they're real scum in a moment and how Brendan put them in their place. But
this is a weird title.
But like just the idea that that's not how 8-year-olds think or talk. You know what I mean? Like an 8-year-old is not going to be like, "Oh God, Dad, I'm so ashamed of you." This is like maybe like a 15-year-old girl or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like an 8-year-old's not like, "Oh, I'm ashamed of my dad because he doesn't drive a Rolls Royce."
Right. But next we have the death of Saint.
Oh, well, this is the last time Saint ever stepped into their home. This is it. This was the final straw. This is when Brendan said, "Tiger, we're not like these rich pricks. We're better than them." Brendan took a stand for his family finally.
How often are your kids on phones or tablets?
Never. We don't have them. Yeah, they don't have them.
None of that shit.
We don't have them. No, we don't have them. But that's one of the reasons we had to have one of Tiger's friends stop coming over, Saint, because he'd come over, he had a cell phone at 6. And instead of playing with T and Bossy in the backyard, he was on his phone. I go, "Oh, but I took it from him," and no one ever does. I go, "Oh, buddy, we don't have cell phones in this house."
Hold on, pause. Like, this is potential lie number one.
Definite lie number one.
Well, yes, but the reason it stuck out to me is he said they went to his 7th birthday. And now he's like, when they were 6, he had to stop coming over. That was it. I put an end to the friendship. It's like, yeah, but you just told us how you went to his 7th birthday, so that's not true.
You know what you're not going to do? Discipline the Kardashians' kid.
Well, this gets even crazier, where it's like, so I said to them, "No, not in my. I'm not keeping up with the Kardashians." Trademark Brendan Schaub.
Kids getting used to that. So if you're gonna come over and play, there's no cell phones. What do you think happened?
He stopped playing.
He never came back.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Poor fucking Brian Callen having to pretend like this is all gospel.
Brian's like, wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, I guess Brian's just past the point of being like, that doesn't feel right.
Okay.
And also, like, I think that's a good rule. If that's true, which I don't even know if I really believe that, but if it's true that Brendan doesn't have like tablets or phones in the house because he doesn't want his kids being addicted to them, I respect that. I think that's a great idea.
Sure, but if you look at it from the other side, they're stupid famous. They need to be in contact with their kids at all times just to know where they are in case something happens.
Well, yeah, and also even take that out of the equation. The idea that the kid comes with a phone and you take it upon yourself to go, "Not in this house, kid," and take it from him. Yeah. That is such a wild violation. Like, know your place.
You suggest to have him put it away.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh no, we play with whatever the fuck here. You know,
Yeah.
you don't steal his property from him.
He goes,
"It's just the phone Brendan wanted, so he took it."
Let me get some of your contacts out of here.
Who's most famous? The 6-year-old has in his phone book. His mom, probably.
Definitely.
He wants his cell phone.
Wow. What a bummer.
I said, so playing with you, he wants to scroll on his phone.
Brian, not even trying to sell it.
Yeah.
What a bummer. I don't know. Are there any fights this weekend? What's going on?
Tough scene.
And then I get pretty rude. I go, fuck them.
Yeah.
I tell T, fuck them.
Hey, 6-year-old, fuck them. Fuck them.
Hey, Saint, fuck you.
And by the way, for having a thing, I get that he's young to have a phone, and I understand the problems with that.
Yep.
Something everyone has in their pockets right now. We just live in a world where that happens. And like you said, it's also a way for the parents to contact him. Like, he's famous. There's pitfalls to this kid having no way to contact him, you know?
Yep.
And for Brendan to look at that and go, hey, fuck him, Tiger. Fuck this guy, this 6-year-old guy.
I want Kardashian responses more than anything.
I know. I would love that. Either it's going to be one of two things. It's either going to be who said this, or like, oh, the guy that kept forcing my son to hang out with his.
I wish Pete Davidson was still with Kim.
We could get an answer. Yeah,
get one.
Come. Tell me to go buy tickets at your game. Okay, cool. See you at the game. Let me know if you need tickets while you're scrolling on the fucking phone, Bella.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So bad for you.
Oh, wait. Is Brendan saying, I didn't even catch this. I thought it was a weird thing. He's like, tell him to buy tickets at your game, which I don't really know what that means.
I don't have any idea.
It just dawned on me. I think he's saying, hey, when you're playing in the major leagues and Saint West is nowhere, you know, because that family will let that happen, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. You
can tell him to go fuck himself. Like, tell him to buy tickets when you're playing for the Yankees.
Go to the box office like the rest of us. He's in the back. You just that's my guy.
It's the parents.
Correct.
It's like,
I thought they were nice. Like,
yeah, wait. This started with like they were surprisingly relatable. I really liked them and know a lot about their parenting style.
Here's our last clip of the day, Mike.
Okay.
It's Brian's daughter.
Oh, it's not just Joe Matarese's daughter that is catching strays here, unfortunately. But this is a weird one. Listen to the way Brendan talks about Brian's daughter. I get they've been friends for a long time. They're hilarious comedians. They ball bust. I understand. This just felt strange to me. You know what it reminded me of? When Stuttering John was talking about the Army Major's wife.
Oh, yeah.
And the Army Major kind of had to set him straight and go, well, I know you're saying that hypothetically. I guess I'd have to throat chop someone that was talking about my wife like that.
I really wish you would stop.
It reminded me of that a little. This is strange.
Great baseball.
My daughter turns 18, flying to LA.
Holy shit.
Oh, boy. Where does this go?
Listen to Brendan's excitement. Holy shit.
Finally.
18. The most supple age.
Great baseball.
My daughter turns 18, flying to LA.
Holy shit.
How about that?
18. Can start an OnlyFans.
Jesus
Christ.
Good Lord.
And unfortunately, like, Brian can't do anything because Brendan would kill him.
You know what that means, Brian? I can watch your Flickr bean now. Isn't that exciting?
Wow, what a wild thing to say. Holy fuck.
She can not just a wild thing to say. Because, you know, like I said, it's a podcast. You have conversations like that. Like, what would you do if your daughter started an OnlyFans? It's the first thought he had when Brian said, my daughter's turning 18. Brendan goes, wow, she could start an OnlyFans. Which is really saying she can fuck now. She can fuck older men.
Yeah, and Brian's face is like, all right.
I guess.
No. Like, all my friends have to say something. All my friends are like,
18-year-old daughter?
Yeah.
18. 18.
I'll date her.
Yeah, she can stick her fingers in her clam on camera now. That's what everyone says when your friend's daughter turns 18.
Yeah, Brendan's like, I won't get arrested for the texts I've been sending now.
18. Did you say 18?
She is a full-grown woman.
She never will be in my eyes. You know, it's like,
yeah.
Well, then that makes this a lot creepier.
Yeah.
She'll never be a grown woman in my eyes. I do think she should be diddling herself on camera for money. But I just think of her as a baby.
I'm not doing stand-up anymore, so I can be your manager.
You knew her when she was 3. Literally 3. You knew her when she was actually 2 years old. How about that?
Yeah. She was a little thing.
You knew her 16
Not
years
no more.
old.
Now that thing's doing some work.
He's like, yeah, you know her when she was 2, and he's just like, delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, in diapers.
When I
She had a
came over to
little
that Brentwood house.
binky.
Yep. She had her binky and diapers.
My God.
And then last time I saw her was probably a year ago. You picked up for something. You guys were in the Tesla. She's in Taco Bell. I go, what's up, girl?
Why do you have exact memory of this?
Well, yeah, well, listen to what he said. I think this is a story of Brendan not recognizing her, like not realizing it was her because she's an adult and he hasn't seen her in a long time. Listen to how he explains this.
I asked this girl to come to my truck, and I turned out to be her daughter.
That's kind of what it is.
Last time I saw her was probably a year ago. You picked up for something. You guys were in the Tesla. She's in Taco Bell. I go, what's up, girl? Hey, Brendan. I'm on.
She just comes out and you're like, oh, here you go.
I went, Shorty, what that thing do?
Hey, girl.
And she was like, hello, Mr. Schaub.
And then she said to me, hi, Mr. Schaub.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's huge.
Yeah, she's got a mom's phone. So dad's.
No, yeah, thank God.
She's now gone the other way.
She's a load.
What a freak she's turned into.
She's a fucking load.
A brick shithouse.
Let's see here. Darth Nugs, $5. Finished basements are where Italian relatives live after serving prison time for domestic assault.
It's true. That's true. I guess that is what makes them Italian, I suppose.
That's true. And Whatnot Chaser, $4.99 is the next story that Tiger is transitioning and has food insecurity.
There are some Stuttering John similarities, I suppose. But
that was an insane thing to say to your buddy.
Right? Like there's a way that guys talk to each other when they're being guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I think even in those circles, I don't imagine you go, so your daughter can start spreading her ass cheeks for money now, right?
You don't treat your friend's daughter like a cart girl on a golf course.
Yeah. It's not like when Britney Spears was 17, where you're like, oh, if I ever get the chance.
That's an insane thing to do.
All right. Is that it? Is that it for the day?
That's it for the day.
Wow. And what a day it's been. That was fun, huh, gang?
Exact geary.
Exact gear.
Yeah, exact gear.
Welcome back to Exact Gear, where I've pinpointed what's going wrong in comedy. All right, gang. Go to verygoodshow.org, of course.
Yeah.
Where Very Good Chow lives.
It does live there. I should probably add it to the website.
I would have assumed if you told me Craig was coming out with Very Good Chow, I would have assumed he was doing a Ken Jeong impression.
I start every video jumping out of a trunk of a car, actually.
You should. You know what? I think that's how we get to the top. Yeah, go check out Very Good Chow on YouTube and TikTok.
That's right.
HackRideStudios.com.
That's right.
Support HackRide and ELECTRA. We're always working tirelessly on this program. When ELECTRA gets done beating ethnics in the street, when she's done with her Western Baptist protests,
when she's done holding a sign at a military funeral,
when she's done booing a gay wedding, she gets hard at work on this program. Yeah. So we appreciate the efforts of them. HackRideStudios.com to support them, and BlindMike.net is where this program lives. All our links are there at BlindMike.net. If you want to support the program, just like, comment, subscribe. All that helps more people find the show. We appreciate you guys doing that here on YouTube. Video available on Spotify as well and wherever you get podcasts. And if you want to go the extra mile, become a member. You can do that on YouTube or Patreon. Members get early access and bonus content. And blindmike.net is the easiest place to find all those links. So we appreciate you guys doing that. And we'll talk to you next time.
And we have a meme transition.
Hey, it's Boogie.
Sappers clear the way, everyone else.
Now, this is very interesting. Now, really, ladies, if you're listening, and men, and everybody in between.
If I tell you you've got a homicide, buddy, you've got a homicide.
I hope to hear from you soon.
I am proud to own the Trumpy Bear, and I will always be proud to be an American.
Put it in the outro. Until then, have yourself a great day, and as always,
There's no cum on my mic.
rock on.
Stop the baloney, huh? What kind of statement is that?
I wrote it. One of my favorite players to cover when he was here was Mike Vrabel. Tell me Mike Vrabel's story. Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
Piss on him. Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Mike. All right. Stop, my belly hurts.
My dad was in the military.
Can you please kindly F off, please? If a person is on a bridge threatening to jump, how do we know that he wants help?
Okay, I hope nothing bad happened.
Money, 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 money. Fuck, please.
Anyway, God bless America.
Put it in the outro.